Citizen TV, the citizen's power. Citizen TV, Accra, Ghana. Citizen TV, the citizen's power. Citizen TV, Accra, Ghana. Citizen TV, the citizen's power. Citizen TV, Accra, Ghana. Citizen TV, the citizen's power. Citizen TV, Accra, Ghana. Citizen TV, the citizen's power. Citizen TV, Accra, Ghana. Citizen TV, the citizen's power. Citizen TV, Accra, Ghana. Citizen TV, the citizen's power. Citizen TV, Accra, Ghana. Citizen TV, the citizen's power.
10 cities and 15 cities. Now long journey cranny the boom call. So these are important issues and never penetrate a binary issues because issues that borders on the heart of Ghanaians and it affects almost everybody in this country. They are uncountable. The Minister for Transport, Mr. Nyawasemame, because I did affected the image of my president. May allow. The president has done his best so far. We have fuel a course through diesel, for instance. President said, "Wanted 2 cities in prison." What again should the president do? It is a president let me BBC Amaya. I mean, the young train Accra near 19 days no towards a new window. A course then maybe you could be justified. But for now, let's maintain the position of the help President Arenda. Until we a truck driver, we a taxi driver. When I'm saying of course, me in Casa, they be make some passengers for uncle. Because Monsumu to school fees, Monsumu back on home of ye, Monsumu sit down here, Monsumu private cars here. I agree, sir. These truck drivers, taxi drivers, Bolt, Uber, Yango, Shaxi, you know they are my guys. And to Amonsunya Brava Pony be here, but I'm saying, sir, you are now for a predator, Asamba Munyabote. Okay, Sewa. Yeah, a champion Philemon is here. Could you feel base on Facebook? Wofake. But you're saying and you stream live on Facebook. Obana was share my na yakuya name. Thank you so much, Manchebi Kofi Paite, the son of the king. Manchebi Kofi Paite. And it's Kwame Kwache, thank you for the production. But don't comment here, fly on Facebook. We're doing it like nobody's business. And Mr. on the truck issues, Hunyame. Yeah, Hunyame pa, and a man can't na meka passenger fare incessantly you to 2 more. I think because it's very important. As I'm speaking, I'm learning say GPRTU are directed drivers my increase on transport fares without approval say will be because according to GPRTU Yantoto transport fares according to Pro Tour, according to True Drivers Union, all the other concerned drivers, Yantutu. Ntimisramo Monshan and Suma. Nti say trot for taxi for what tuning in you should reverse it. And I think that it's important that Rebecca Sasem. And that you're hearing him say Seth Cobbins, communications officer, Mawenchi constituency, NDC Baba joining in. And we also have regular Geoffrey Okanse, executive director Revenue Mobilization Africa, Sansuye Revenue and Anti-Corruption Advocate and Crusader. My brother Justice Yabuaya, President of Progressive Youth Federation Ghana. Also be joining in. And I'm also happy to announce Yaberima, Public Relations Officer, my True Drivers Union, and so be joining in. And particularly if you're Transport First, and I'll be so happy to be also with me about. But like I said, we stream live on Facebook. Derek Nana Amwako, the Love D is here. Said Antoba, my CEO, Amos Akol is here. We say good afternoon, and thank you. We say greetings to you, NOD. I'm doing the watching from Asante Achim Jansa. The drivers have done their thing again in Asante Achim. But trust me, I have never paid the addition before and will never pay. Same. Greetings to my mom, Dr. Mary Awusi, the incoming vice presidential candidate of the great NDC. Baby, Dr. Mary Awusi will be a Yenchiano free zones considered for penny. My big brother Alex Kofi Gohoho Amedeka, fantastic man. He sends a good afternoon. And he says, bro, welcome back. Thank you, sir. Apolly, I see you. What's a good afternoon? Thank you, sir. Any be Juma. Masha Roko Nase. Baby, I will tear me free piano. This is the time to visit Facebook. Now, unchre me baby, I will tear me free into Uber Facebook and run us over far phone. Now, what call Facebook? Now, what search Accra 100.5 FM. Unya, ube hunu se program ya ye koso. Asi ho no mono comment no. Na wakotro baby, I will tear me free. Wahu. Uvia bibia no wasan ede aka ho, and I'll read them out for you. Say uhu ye mobon so a no wa like it. Na emum ni anka me hia free wo kese pa na wie. Na say anka obe share na obi nso anya bi. So Daniel dies here. Or say everyone should vote for Nano to Darko as Deputy National Communications Officer for NDC. Okay, so Yami Drew Hodman for now you make campaign, but however, that me kind say me call for National Deputy Communications Officer NDC. Into Drew Hodman. Meaning say Ghana delegates are on this for Behunum Mobile. Now Samuel Kofi, home sense. Osana no to go on. You'll be on. Okay. Obed Dennis Kacheku is here. Also Mr. NOD. Welcome. Thank you, sir. But on the more serious note, my main facet the PCA Emma Otafrija, Ketri Apreku. I love how what he did today. Nami Tino and as regulars for program now, and I'm sure say na do my train John 3:16. Yeah, very well. It is great, sir. Yabeka Eradia Sem Watchro Ewo Humwenum. But we should not also forget, ladies and gentlemen, sir Asasi soon so yet. I'll come to the transport, but my minty went through quickly. Yes, sir, me mind sir, and I think me can say me last week. But me mura and sorry seminum bebre because me didn't come over here no me ma me no bebre frame and one of them me ma me Innocentia. Baby I will be a ma me chiao me da senso no futu. So I will not be entering into the matters no bebre. But you see, yanti asyeso mindset. It is understanding how things work that prosper a nation. Say a better say or kwanya near mafaso ye juma in area of technology, in area of education, our pumudin ensign, in area of craftsmanship, in area of energy, employment, journalism. Say ye better say so my democracy intalia. See a better yes or mine say or quine ben so na way fire juman. And when they bet me abwa a shape the focus of our country. Bruni said, you cannot do the same thing over time and expect to have a different result. Eti obi an one mo beti maka me say, we hu ankresi wo enso obekọ nsuo agu fam saa na obekọ nsuo agu fam akodru ne mpren eduso no ankure no beyema I just say be a magician and now you practice sorcery and now you practice spiritism but nipa woye nipa te se menel a otwedi ampon ama ya adwene se adwene nya adwuma no se ankure si ho a ye konsuo gu ankure no yen konsi form enwene se the number of times a wo konsuo ni gu fam no emema ankure no ayema. Listen to me clearly and I'm happy say ne Otafrija a movie away from the usual John 3:16 to another thing impeded the progress of Ghana, and that is corruption. Corruption. The reason why, ladies and gentlemen, serious countries like America, European countries, and lately the Asian tigers like China, TNA, over Facebook and Russia, ever corruption cases serious to the extent say oko China na ya hwehwemu ne be hunu say wo kromfo na wafa akwabua san so awia oman no it is in their laws say sabi ye betimi akum either by firing squad, either by hanging, whatever, and in their mind and they want to serve a heavy deterrent. No ubi an kwanko yibi. Eti one more thinking mono. Esa wanya enhwe so pebia. Se kromfo no odi akire no hunu se. Kromfo no odi kan no. Yehye na konfo. Yehye na ne ya. Yediniti sensum kosi so wuye. These are wild things, and I'm not saying that as a country we should move that trajectory. But I'm saying, sir, we got to be serious with the fight against corruption as a nation. Forget about NDC, forget about MPP this afternoon. Because corruption steals the future of the young and it steals the tomorrow of a country's destiny. Ladies and gentlemen, yes, sorry, yes, you go Dubai. You know what? You go holidays. You think if in that manner, and can there be a Dubai, you go watch Burj Khalifa, you come back, tell us, say, I don't know the tallest building in the world. What the nyansa and a building, one fact chrono, one fact let us home, one fact tro, one fact mim, one fact pesemin kumya, what dry, you didn't know mine. What the opepa, ya de boy mine, and in winter so home and a beauty Dubai. Ladies and gentlemen, Bukompoko which 50 years ago, ya de Dubai chawa obepo. 50 years later, the whole world is running to Dubai. I can give you so many scenarios from pocket of so many nations in the world. I know why you're Ghana for classmate. Sabi, 1 or 2, 3 things are they put together and then they are superpower in terms of economy. You go to one there. And I'm not shy to say, ladies and gentlemen, that Ghana MPP and this is seminal. Since you baby your mind. And not thing you timid for, yeah, to say will be you want to me. Ghana need him say. Chama won't to be a saying assassin. One any munun kosamra boy. They understand what I'm saying. It is evidence enough. So whether directly or indirectly, assassin won't to me so One was yes or they are mining. No, we are seeing their sense as in a portal. I would have sworn some one say, I won't to me demo. No, your sense as what will you do as a rational citizen? Okran esa what you want to me, and then the Kokoma police say, Monfan court. But no, MPP in the end this year, then you know, what MPP are cheating with different wound to me. Meanwhile, second one you be any corruption have stolen destinies of nations. Mami and our national service. Pardon? Ye timi said daddy, a wufo din se se katwe huma. Minka say it's new. No, I didn't say that. But I'm calling for a stringent measure. Yeah. See, serious so Maya. That kind of obi viadia, they are any dia no. Sense hunu ni nyai. Sense hunu no. Kromfo na we viadia. Na ye ni dia no we tua sen. Sense hunu ni nyai. Wo be tua sen. Bargaining with a thief. Bargaining with a thief. Are we serious as a country? Bargaining with a thief. Wo be tua sen. Na you trouble there no. Adana ni bargaining say na ufua. No kutwa bi mission. When it comes to politicians, Emrano share it differently. But when it comes to ordinary citizens, Emrano ye human temper. I may be wrong. But sometimes, Yahun Womwa area body, one wako via banche, and so forth and so on. And we've seen how hurriedly they have been incarcerated. Yawan Crophobe bra, a ipate, wamu prisoner, remand no what damu kwa 10 years, remando, yendi nasem. Some have been charged with manslaughter. Some have been charged with murder, whether or not it is true. Some have been charged with thievery. They have been charged with fraudulent activities, aiding and abetting, and remanding us microphone than essence almost service sentence. So how do you tell me? Say also will be a bonny. No, what can remand bear 10 years? Undi nasem. What kind of a foolish country would that be? A country that does not respect human rights and social justices of people. If our court system is inundated with so many cases, create more courts, employ more judges. Because it will never make sense to me. So be a bonny, undi nasem not that remand 10 years. Who are we a judge na bedi asem? Da ubedi asem bisa who say? So we sa kwano na would remand 10 years. I think you bedi wasemwa. How would you feel? What is good for the goose, they say is good for the gander. Indiana, but every day, spiritual show no, or corruption. I was happy, and me and I'm saying no. This is what should be preached in the churches. This is what should be preached in the mosque. Where in say asem sinua ye kanwa sem e wa sorry dem no krono keta sesha proye kan dream. It must be preached across the pulpit of all the churches in our country. It is a me papa Archbishop Duncan Williams Bejina hwa to say na down no ka garam say hu asem no. That is the way we should go. And you be an John 3:16 no, but even if John 3:16 crampa yamfa Bible quotation connect you wiase. I told you. So we cannot be wiser than God. So we are the person and then heaven right from there and come back go heaven straight. Say your baby sasi way so and san heaven. So a transitory period. Now within that transitory period, a rather per se ye die ye wedi say or no yankopon ni ye shen and you nyam to the disgrace of the devil. Can you imagine? Can you imagine, say, this Sunday, Church of Pentecost, or so Penny Eric Namiche Bejina, no preaching about corruption. CAC, who preach against a galamsey. But as I'm preaching, I'm making sure I say, Kufa the times, I'm preaching. And also, yes, I'm saying, and yes, I'm saying, I'm said your Mahama Bar, na preaching topics never. Akufa do body and also, one nushing men. Wonu shishin wo. Ana kojo. what is good for the goose is good for the gander. But anyways, the fact to say, near one kind of past doesn't mean you cannot also say. But I'm only calling for fairness and all that. So can you imagine, say, this very Sunday, Oko Assemblies of God, you preach about corruption. Oko CSA, Ebia Galamsey, Oko Hanma, you preach about greed. Oko Hanma, you preach about selfishness, a bokru. Oko Hanma, Ebi also for no church, the Yanara, Yasasi, Nino, what church they move, like instilling in the people the spirit of discipline and patriotism. Do you know the kind of a country I'm building? Go and read around when Kwame Nkrumah share young pioneer group na say. Any that kind of generation, say no benya odo ema o man Ghana. So, Otafrija, I love, and the other guy too that you brought to, I love his submission. But I'm saying, so once in a while, ni akshakakra, ni akan dia no ebe bua o man Ghana. Because Ghana is the only country that we have. Uti Wafake and this said Nam Tamakulu is a thief, not one to me. And I'm sure Wafake. So when you're the document being look, Wafake, I shared your position first though. You said the Nam Tamakulu. Now no to that better I say it is too fast. Mam I kwajo mameka. Me and you say me when this in tea, me who no cry. No, I don't do that. Because me my am can say Nia Sabi penny 4 year enyano. Esa ye mabruna yeban ye free ho. Na ye your money ye. Me be kind. But I can tell you say I did that in a rush. Because Osha se kenkai some of the judgments and I say if like cross examination and you're making kambua. Now unu entansa ye the ball. Nam tamakro nam sumti ye de to prison. Okay. Sabi una Osha said the nam tamakro mpabwa. And can you be calling for justice? And when you this is some, when you people some, okay, are you saying says a wound to me your bonia and come go to the Akumetan say for wound to me kotum? Na menya de no be obi young people know metanfo. Obi young people know metanfo. We are Ghanaians first. We are not like those kind of politicians are. No, we are Ghanaians first. Let me make an offer here. We are Ghanaians first. But I'm saying, sir, okay, my attitude say antina. Akronfo di esika no na ye de egusu edi ohia because akronfo di esika no a etwa se ye sori kasatia o se na be ya sense hunu no betwa no na ye support wom into fake wo babri salu wo be de atrem sika na de betrem no so na ya fai. So instead of supporting me, who support un to me because we young people in it. No, that is not the way to go. Eti abusia mama can we me can't throw any tax in some honor meba. But I fell in love with what was discussed in there. Now, you're Ghana for who say a corrupt person, hey? You're a corrupt official, either a political thief or a civil service thief. Now, civil servant for no credit, I'm the politicians, no quite. We a minister, Ubedru ya when at the whole Bacono no when you $1 million every year, you know, say also to us one I just say you bet me $1 million every year and now crown you bet my renegotiation and camera $1.5 million every only $1 million. $1 million 112 billion. It is all the half the car one. Now you say oh they by 56 billion account. It's 112. So let's say roughly you are talking about 170 billion OCDs. Now, or your minister, and I walk at and say, what dear, sir, at the woman in cost to send a cost, no 170 billion. Senior, well, lie to lie. Minister said, what dear grab a foul? Sometimes when you have not encountered corruption, I have to be careful not to call yourself corrupt. Yeah. But when you encounter corruption and you defeat it, then you can say that I'm incorruptible. But as far as you have not encountered corruption, we can speak against corruption, but don't say you are not corrupt. Because when we say open one pass it, but change the so police any corruption? No, any corruption? Yes, see, for 2021-2022 badge. Over the year 2025, what's the no first one else in any corruption? and then corruption kept. Abuja, kwa don kroma say, we no nya corruption, we the corruption keep way be small. That is kwa jo we born keep one no. Oh my God. Over Facebook I know I share my. Kwa jo say na so ka kire Ghana for number hwe ma ho so. Kwa say na ma dwidwa no a. Wo say na ma fa me ho pa. Na mi dress yo, na opam way. Na ma sheda jeche na. Ma shesa je spectacle. And then so ma shame wedding ring. Gwajo share. Menya single. I'm out of the league. It also me no baby na mo a. Mpa bo no a. Pa bo no a. O say. Me yade. Aha. Enya pa bo so na bia meeting. And now ban person be pay and I'm saying me pesa. I was say, me make an effort serious. Because of corruption. School there who don't know ibisi no. Yensi enti nkwala no gusu ete fam usua dia. Omote brase ensu muna pe no mokofie. Because of corruption. Maami bi ne ba ewu. Isa say maternity block SAC a ebeje maame ne ba nkwa. Yensi into a painful no. Because of corruption, obinyin senya say, sika esan kede ye kwan no. Okronfo ba kwa wia. Inti ene potholes dodo no age ya kwan afa. Thanks to President Mahama and a big push agenda or person was sending money. Because of corruption, ene obi friend ho Ghana ni wonam sika kokoswo enso wo hyen tomago. Se me ha mani nka enu a wone ne ba ebu adai ene awurade amfafia on bese numusu asiada. What corruption does is to destroy the fabric of a nation. And until a serious countries take corruption matters seriously. And until a corruption and found say NDC and MPP, we don't care. Corruption has no political colors because if we are sikanwa, it affects everybody at that hospital. If we are sikanwa, it affects everybody at that school. Corruption, we are sikanwa, it do soba. So we should not entertain corruption. Yeah, Mama fans. Junior Mariska, also know too, you are beautiful. Also you are beautiful today. So saying. Junior pa. Because I'm beautiful today, and now person what saying around the crack and saying. Or person what saying and then me why fe. Oh. Ye kini kadiri. Meaning you have to catch it. Also good afternoon, Nana. Incoming. More fire than ever before. Watching you live from Castland. Oh, where me fire you? Me fire me at fraud there na fe na meba. Na when you crampo there. Like Otafrija here no net Toma kuma so na say. And say be no say na mka bra. I love that thing. I love how you departed from the norm, to do something this because nyamesum nankasa it's service to mankind. It's not the long usual praise the Lord hallelujah. It's about feeding the hungry. Nyamesum is about clothing the naked. It's about giving shelter to the homeless. To what you say, na munim say, Nyamesum papa ne say ebeko nyanka fie, yebehwe kunafo na yabuo mu weni bi. That is true religion. So you can pray with all the tongues of angels. Praise the Lord, hallelujah, kaba kaba. Ekomudu ni anu manibia. A foolish prayer. Until I'm catching say, it is good to build edifices and call it temple or mosque. But the greatest mosque or the greatest temple you can build is humanity. And the Bible say, na munim say, Utredian pong asore dying any nipeduano ana na maintain ye nipa din inside. So last week I told you that God do not live in physical temples built with bricks and blocks. He lives in our heart. So instead of building those, build humans. Timikacho say, you are a rich man. Men for the number of houses that we see encounter riches. Men for the number of cars, what to encounter riches. And your African will be a washer so to that and I just say a guy. But if you want to be called a rich man, so called, ask yourself, how many hands have you lifted up? How many hands? The person trying to say, how have you impacted the lives of those that need it the most? And on the church, we is sikeni. And you might know what be ama one way any be and ye be. Ukreska umia juma, one way you know man kwa need. We is sikeni for greedy rich man. Greedy rich man. Derek, Nanamo Akundi love. Also beautiful saying. Beautiful saying. Derek. Where do you want to winning in Yamamina? Your person to acquire the medium intiasi. Also, Ovake is a hypocrite, so don't mind him, NOD. I don't think he knows what is going on. What Ovake the ODJ? Money costs one support blindly. Yeah, me no. Unya, Sika ya Brina, Unya, BB branches and campe. As youth, so we NDC no MPP new. I don't care about team. We see people in the UP team. Ghana, team yepa. This is what I do on Saturdays. Ghana, it was said, ya Guinea Baco say, ya page Ghana is here. And found this senior over Bob Brown America. You are not American. Team ye. And found this senior over Bob Brown Germany. Na ya two ding boga. You can never be a German. You can live in Scotland for all your life, but that does not make you a Scottish. Wonder can ni how? Won't try. As saying Xi Jinping, Chinese president, that does not make you a Chinese. Ladies and gentlemen, you are a Ghanaian first. Not because you were born in Africa or in Ghana, but because Africa or Ghana was born in you, to borrow the words of Nkrumah. Ghana and Africa are the only home that we have. We must decide to make Ghana work. We must decide to make Africa work. So sometimes I'm beside myself. Sometimes you're penny for na ya kwabro and you're my why can't they translate those and you're my pan when they come home? And we saw this. We could come back as mere politics. In the last 8 years of the Nekufa, we saw it. We saw it. We saw it. You call her. Call her wake up. I quite no fast. Let's say. In terms of hospitals, crowd John Dramani Mahama Madama. We have hospital. We say University of Ghana Medical Center, the Bank Hospital. Osha. President Mahama Hospital. Mumbi Mami. Ridge Hospital. At least. About hospital cry, I'm not saying it's the best. But Bahama Diamond, about hospitals in poor, with the cheap compounds, why any idea, person DB crossing safe clinics, a whole door. It's about hospitals in poor. John Madame. John, you never become where yet, but yeah. What the hell again so? Mammy Lodina Mahama. Or Lodina Mahama cried on game and home. Because constitution is more first lady ding. But Lodina Mahama, IOP more hospitals as first lady of constitution kind of saying the last 8 years of the Nekufado's administration. It's sad. So that's just about it. Mama and for corruption in Niagara. Let's take corruption matters serious in our country. And if possible, let's make stiffer laws. Let's make stiffer laws. Let's make. Want to be how many years? Already 50. The infant say, Yabo want to me, say, want to me, maybe 100 years. Listen. Now, Oma want to me 20 years. Now, we're training in Abakro 70. Or 50 pepe. And now 49. Or the 50. It ever says, want to me. Send your person a year POE. Maybe him so 20 in. But they granted say, want to me be 20 in Accra. Or Bakwabano 70. Sikano assassin was sending that scan wa pegu. Mansions any winning in ego, companies in ego. It won't to me back 70 years no. So maybe 100 or somebody this kind of 30 years. How stiff are these laws? But if we say you chill in that magnitude, send your size, I say, and I send over millions of dollars. We drop a dear na a binary in Sabbath to what tongue. I'm on mine. Whether oba ban mu na wo CEO so wo si ansa na oba ban mu law ne say as long as ya chew say e bia a certain threshold of money wakwose o man no ye beto adapade ni nyina ye wia ye sign the yensa as a country atoto o bank account so o yire no makakra bi de be yamom because they must survive. We can even say to make it as a deterrent kra aban be take aban be fan kola no ne o yire na aban na hwem se ne be ya sika no bi kra nkwa busuanum na evia ya say ade wakotum 20 years na say sika na wia ye no o send pay from prisoner wa ba betua ho interest why pa no say obako wia because all my politics na bia odan 5 obaya politics no see me no kan okọ wia sika kakra no yesi ye tong dan 5 ni nyina aka tu ne ho a ukọ wia dia be so that is what I'm talking deterrence na se yakwaya mra bi say plea bargain say wakromfo kokọ wia ye beti wakase me pa atwa matua na watua na wafa ne ho adi ana I mean we are jokers. MPP na yemra na NDC ba no so de adwuma because we politicians obi adwene de dache ho. We don't build a country like that. Tinenkrofo bi say international deputy communications meye. No kura no do so mo. Nye national deputy communications so na be come no kura hye meyem. Because we are building a country and we are not building political parties. Yeah? We are building a country. Nana Akufo-Addo munim say 2022. Oma your mind passa. Wo be wi. Wo. No mtra se din say na yenye mra bi mfa ne plea bargain. Na that plea bargain act no. Ema kronfo no ho kwan to bargain with government say metue bi. Okay, granted Kramposi apese use plea bargain act na. Aden na yenka say as part of the plea bargain provisions, no, act provisions, no, wonu a wuwia wa man Ghana no, nyedi kan. Ubetua sika botene no, it wuwia $20 million. Yes, petiso ubewia $20 million. And as part of the provisions, the law will continue to say, utua $20 million ni wia. Say uwia adia no within 4 years sika anka $20 million ni be de insi ho aba no, you are going to pay those interest. Utua interest ni wie ya ansa na yakatra will say okay because he said what your interest no what your Ghana sika nti eno mfo pa obone no na emu man ka obekom say 10 years but esa plea bargain nti no de anya hwe ye ma say 1 year then we know say yes eno ye mra na mro bitimi kire say me metua 70%. No, some of those things we must sit as a country and work on. But I know, sir, the current Attorney General, Yura Ayine, knows what he's about. And he says some of these things will change. Maintaining my tension, kakra. And call the transport sector. But in case afenda utie a Accra FM na jumedi ni din the Citizen Show nti programmer ye ma Ghana for Ghana mai abamfo no jumedi ye programmer ye ma mo eti programmer ye de ka oman ne how nti obetia ya meka se na no to da come ye voice for the voiceless. Not just say, won't mean Cassano. Me, many won't Cassamafo. The idea be affected Ghana ni dudum and ne kakramuno. As long as I affect Ghana, me fato me hon say, me fato me hon so say, ma said yes say, me ka hon asem. And it's important we deal with this matter. Uti enyomo no boy no or say Ghana nyeba. Enyomo no kasafa Ghana asase. Okwan yebetimi afaso na Yaje asase no esi honum prekope. But the America don't say. Enti etwa se ye ne ye ene ye ginesie ya hyede ene ye tirimopo efata okwan bia ye betimi afaso age oman Ghana esi ho. You see, maybe let me start from here. Makandie we are and Sadia Mekai Ache. But I have been a consistent journalist at Metaika Hwasem. Sabi, and this is power na mi rebefi. Over Facebook and Washamai. And kwajo nyame kan say aban no pese or control the narrative when it comes to lorry fare increment. Say you have to transport fares more. So aban no pese or control narrative now. Then aban should do this. And yes, sir, as long as aban no one little stake in the transport sector, aban can never control the narrative. And anytime wa ya pese ya to trot room ya betum. Anytime ya pese ya to taxi ya betum. Aban no ntimi nya hwe because aban no o ka se dodo sen and the wukuru. So I have said that, say, as a government and ayesika. Na I say mahu say honorable Nikpe buses na ba. Onka some go for about some 300 buses be aba. Afe na eba. Afe na aba. 100 aba. But me who be okruma no mo ye ho adwuma. The other regions. I respect the ministry. Different ones eba. Okay. But honorable, in as much as it's a good fit, enye enough. Enye enough. Unza there was 16 regions. The 16 regions, you know. Na se bus bia efabe 20 ebeze. 16, you know. Bus bia fa 10 ebe 160. Ebe 160 buses. Nti se region bia fa 20 and that is 320. Okay, and I'm so more crabs and 300. Oh, okay, nti at least a bit me solve Accra. So that's fantastic. Yeah. That's fantastic because if Greater Accra you the 20, I won't say so, but say the 22 at least a bit easy Accra. Any idea? And the honorable Nipe, yes, you have done well. We applaud you, fantastic job, but we are only encouraging you to do more. Yemame Toffee, Deputy Transport Minister, you have done well. We love you. We love what you do. That is our call Egypt. I'm going to hear one of the buses now. It was beautiful. Na ye ma me say wa ho fe ba bia be ko bia ni ape bia ebenya tino ye ba to ma me munyu so na ho fe no yie na ye fa nje ne ma ma oman mu ma me tofi ba bi ho ma kwa mo ma ne nkasa munyan no na ma ma ni echiri no ye ni tofi be kasa wie no ma sign contract no ye ba be duru Ghana so no ma hu say sa ma sign contract ti ba bia be ko bia ye ma me ho fe na awrade de a cha no no mo me ye nyu so nye ne ma ma o man. That's just on the lighter note anyways. So, based on Nyamaken, not just say transport ministry, no, I add, but I'm only praying say Nyakanaba beka hontem. Esa se nyanom minimum yentia to start with. Above from 5, equal 6, equal 7. Ube hum se enipa bodompen. Ewo kwa ho. Ewo stations ahodo. Adanya. Womunya kanfo. And abusia, it's not as if say sankrofo one be free cow. They have their money. One kuramunsam sika. One pese, one de foot trotro, one de foot taxi, but especially trotro. But buses no swasi ni padom noa. E one man. Or man behind one man the buses are cover ni nipa e one man. But at least we can meet the population halfway. Even if not halfway, which may be over ambitious. You bet me, at least to reduce. Look, that kind of timing bus systems must run. Kwame Nkrumah Bejimi Breso. Na yenim time wa car etu. Etu ode baako nim say car ne betu 5. Etu obedu hanu be 4:30 akotwen bus. Oba kotwen train. Abrochira yakoi. Ye MPs ni bi ne yim kofu train. Akofu bus. Enti nya time na mde fro. So why can't we replicate that in our country? Ni akase La Paz timetable ni. First bus say to this time across board. Etienne say wo kọ Kaswa, say wo kọ Ashaman, wo kọ Kwabenya, wo kọ Botwe, Oba Laboni. First car say etu 4 a.m. Second car ebia ebetu 30 minutes time 4:30. And say nipa 3 kra na wo ma 2 next time nipa ne bana kwa obetwen. Okay? I mean, no can say, not to say, Abano say the buses, send or the buses in the battle, or the Abegumo. It's in the buses, no air, but what you trot any taxi, you know, because Abano the Begumwa, a bed jit Yenianum Sweduma. So the government again must also be cautious. I'm Munyezo. Kosi and Kosi, Quada and Quada. Yeah, no, Abano soon to me for too much Begum. Because Abano the Beguma, and I say, yes, you drivers, you know. And we don't do that. So the government can only augment the effort of the private transport operators. And I check it sometimes. Yen drivers ni binyamu nyina dwana ye bi mu ye kire no. Edru anajo and then me ba edru anajo no. Wo say matum. What to say? And we cannot pretend, sir, as a people, ye nim say nyema ye koswa, ye yetia Ghana for. Ghana need the only country, because I don't know about other countries. As a transport, every kwa benyaba labon ye 10 cedis, I have for 20 wati. Because Uber do on mono. Driver no be free. Aye amasamine. No the wabesi pokwase, wadi hosika. Wa free pokwase. What do we see barrier? What do we see? What from barrier? What do we see St. John's? What do we see? What from St. John's? What do we see Achimota? What do we see? What from Achimota? No, the one drew 37. You say, eti ubevieno. Na wapoka 20 Ghana cedis instead of car kwanye ese upia 10 Ghana cedis. Look, look, transport minister, because these are bread and butter issues. These are issues affecting our people every day. I respect position now, but yeah, check it. And transport minister, Sadi went to check it. Edwin Ajono, yeah, what mate be a man who line guards. Omijinage na joint. O dia menka se mon pamwom because you almost ye pamwom. O se bia no mso ye didi no. Na nya djuma wapa djuma ma no. Ah? Kwajo mo nya kakra no mo didi. Ba kwajo nya me kan say kwajo tie. O dia won me nya djuma we ho. But me if you ask me, I don't think they should sack them. Rather, if you ask me, say lorry fare near 1 cedi. Mo bi nko kase ye 10 cedis. That you know some of the end it is between how many drivers, you know, not drivers, you know, some kakra, amom kakra. It's me to me. Look, abane yen you bet my but a juma and shada no so krumha. Say juma no yeno. And you better see so befer to akobokron. And if you see those guys on yes and yamanoa, and you mean na but you can see them. Nyameka sort ya say. It is a juma no kra no so mo ye kakra dia. Kojo 1 cedi na free if you drive and ho. We are ko kwa pa ya fa obey. Asama na baso kan but na me kan yaka o se dai better se na kan na le okay ase mumu mi team no ntini a wo kan na je okra oni akukudura would be defend o so ntia se nso so an kasa anaga na fo mo ni me nya dwen se omo e bala no anko mu nyina ya be wo de be course ba menya cho se chorus ne be kasi yempa mo o me kasi yempa mo no I think say chorus no de kwajo ye only anger kwajo ti ye only anger na ye say Say a no ye, say free. Okay, a free emphasis a cramo, shama, minimum transport fare. But say 10 cities. Now, oh, balabala ni be John Mkase, Adia sent 25 cities. That is why I have a problem with you. And no, make sure I say transport minister for the Ninko. But say, Omo ye, Juma no mu lodi. Now, 10 cities, na driver, the man, Kakradi, I don't think, do you know the number of youth, yes, Jumano? Are we ready to put them somewhere? And do you know what they can do in the stead of that job? When this matters of security, no bad. Tie, kwajo say I'm a master in security. We best study. Asem na me de mani hu no. Unfo wani hu. Go say them. Pakwe is Thomas. Wa. I say about Sava GH watching live from Tema Community 2BC. Okay. Hey, kwajo de obe pamom. She. Krofobi ho no mo ayesu so mo so. Enko si ebenya homden. Na this bala. Ebi mo ho no krom yes convicts. Menka so mo nyina. Oh, na say me mo bi adin. Oko St. John's. Ebi mo yes convicts o makwa no maba. Anom so okay say ombenya we aye kakra. Wo so wo pam na firi ho. E Johnson kwa eden. Oni pa kwa imo wo yes convicts. Yan fa na djuma bi am. Ti na person tell say on san go back to na djuma. So, I think we should speak against sabi increment for no increase adia any so increase. That's what we should speak against it. But say driver no be free ni pemaka say G1 CD e kwaje mfa ho. E no so na bi ono so de hwa ne ma. You dey be course ni e beti na Ghana for ka. Comment no. The have mark Jama be supporting na kai comment. Say also some of the guys are pickpocket nana. Oh, they have now we are pickpocket. Asema na kai. Kwajo be a pickpocket. Anyway, whether or not you be good say adwuma no dey media, if you ask me from a security point of view, I think young continuum because say aban ho be den to integrate them into other fields. But they can see a pamusen microphone nyina when some of them are ex-convicts. See a pamu look, nyomba kwa yeno is dire than what they are doing now. Rather, we should ensure as a country say transport fare near 1 city a year and than 20 cities enumerate. That is what I think. That is what I think. Because this in Semunu started 20 Ghana city straight. Catch a driver no. Sense Semunu and Pessi sense Semunu na say Jino. And those make catch a transport minister say sense Semunu no. And they say Jino. Only be see one more 20 Ghana cities. Near my citizens straight. What are you talking about? Straight into the driver no. Only back 20 cities now. Odu the junction now onyina. Mr. Minim, what you think about those guys? You know, over to me the message is now live on Accra 100.5 FM. Now, yeah, you know. So the point I am making, no Crampo, is not about guys, you know, in terms of no, I am making 2 points. And the first point is say, I don't understand why say Ebia adopa a free point A ko point B 10 cities. A bedroom na jo ebe hunu say nipa bodom pime nipa ho akere wo no. Na na 25 cities. Sense hunu no ese jai. And transport minister, you must make sure say jai. Hwe enkrofo be brave pe adwuma. Opa because of this. Mbeti ba say task force. Na task force no krama say ashomatade. You can call them transport compliance task force. They will make sure say set junctions no be no mo be dis ankwasa no. If there's every junction, now one task force guy jina ho no mu a, one man adwuma or some make sure so say obi an mo be to say charge say hunu charges no. Someone task force and so you must make sure say you crack the shape. We can even pass it. This is important. If you bet me pass over parliament say, who driver obey sanya mano. Bia, you bet me final say bia 50 penalty unit. Ni akacho say 1 penalty unit bia say 200 Ghana cedis. The 2 times 50, 10,000 Ghana. Now driver where you say you charge 10 so obey say go be mu. Look, kwado sana asia build your mind no. Because me I will say onu like in discipline or Ghana. Or park anywhere or Ghana. Ma woni park ni ko UK, on park anywhere. Me I will see enso to a or for baller every fie or the begu gotem say enso mfa nko no. For ni park ni ko Canada. Me say one fa wo surompo. Osuro. So systems are enforced by humanity. And until that no Obama can say we need strong institutions we don't need strong men. I disagreed with him because for Africa, we need strong men to build those strong institutions first. But from where Barack Obama is coming from, those strong men, like Washington, built those strong institutions. America, yeah, won 1776. So we cannot play the role of America now. We can take advantage of their progress and integrate. Abraham Lincoln, Roosevelt, George Bush, Bush and Kasa, people, JF Kennedy, presidents have come and gone in America. For over 250 years of democracy, they have built strong institutions. Yeah, Ghana 1957. I think 70 years. So we need strong men first to build strong institutions. Then, when those strong institutions are built, they'll run on their own. So I'm saying there, say those strong institutions that are built by strong men. When the because yeah, nimra say why be so mono. When you are 20,000 Ghana cedis. And I'm also saying, say, government some factors ni bi megum. Not to compete with the trotro drivers. No. But omun fa megum say the beya. Trotro drivers ni one hand for no be hunu say. Oya wadwini say obetumu a. On be the other alternative. There'll be checks and balances. There'll be checks and balances. Okay, your course. My main read some of the messages. Mark, or say, yeah, they picked my son's iPhone when he was struggling for trotro. Why should I lie about what I don't know? Now, iPhone, no, they are in the back pocket now. Wait, say education wins you. Always put your valuables in front. Oh, for car, a dear be who here be a first share of front pocket, men friend share back pocket. Ozumbe we Baby, we are me down. Ose, there be a for trotros, we are me that. Kwajo, you need to put trotro 37. Kwajo, I saw that again. Oh, I have a GM car or the manager. Okay, my main carries. Sadiq Usman. Or said the task force will come and start taking bribe from the driver. How would the task force come and take bribe from the driver? Mayama quality mrem. Okay. Ebia Mayama quality mrem na wamucha na mayehunu hawa. Ofrawa hu kwajo me pese ye we me pese me hunu se baabi a wo tie me firi no ya to trotro mu ana because yesi ma obi anto ma driver bi anto trotro mu enu wo tie me a new fare bi a ye betum don't pay. Listen to me, take it from me. The passengers should come together, all of you don't pay. Matis a circle to Shukura matum illegal fares, don't pay. Enyam na meka GPR to you from penny for ya bema mo abuadomo asunabamo mu leaders say ye nyantum anya hwekura yen kai na president Mahama aye were you 2 Ghana cedis every diesel. So most of these commercial drivers diesel vehicles nade mo betu mu dia de adentra president Mahama yi 2 cedis ni free diesel. So truck drivers they be aye kuma mo me madam for me but you know baby e betum o de me yen fa course. I'll come back. 0302208090. Call about my man announce we be no bin sunim. 0302208090. Troto 0302208090. 0302208090. 0302208090. First caller.
Hello.
Yes sir. Yes sir.
Yeah. Good evening.
Yes sir.
If I told the way we your program no. Me papa me NDC communication officer nimi wo appeal but otunaku who say Ghana the way you better know my na ye as you say for India yamanu swa with our tradition so who for Ghana da uyi uma omujina condemn
odo mo da se
yes and this idea Ghana ye da
bakwajo eno so anke be hu And can go for the woo.
And you have a Ghana, ye. Obiko Kao, Captain Smart, Obiko Kao, Captain Smart program. So the Bible, Yama used to tradition and Ghana tradition. Who's the rolling time? No person, yes, sir. Almost a rolling second. Say, yeah, found MPA, who's yes, show and the Ghana tradition. No, just over there, you. Two, I get transfer, I get to second.
I get to okay.
No, what you say?
No, what you say? Now, I don't know what's mutia.
You don't have option.
No, you have option. Now, when all the okay, okay, so you have probably because we to know.
Yes, I'm telling you, I'm not in a Ghana for you. Ghana, obey your idea. No be car, no be opportunity. Last me full car, so don't qua. Me be cut no more. Ghana new GSD. Minimum me be. Then I get that here. But then there's no more coming here. I'm not the attend.
So I'm gonna need Scarborough.
Yes. Yeah, get there. Yes, I know. I'm not the attend. Say 2 cities new. A very young China and co. And no.
Wow.
And I'm a Ghana co. What do I go with that?
Aya Samu. Jeje kura kan yi osi anke yamma monko soe wo ayi. No gupu na konadua na antoa. Uwi anu aka se me de me madase. Hello?
Hello.
Me ba to me din na no to da ko din de say mira.
Pa jo me no friend na nsa me so say 2 3 gunwa yi.
Oh, me so say my intio.
Monday no. Sunday na nyumre ho. Me fi water region na mbesi otema. Ena me fo trotro from Tema to Kaswa.
Okay.
Omoji 30 Ghana.
Tema to Kaswa 30.
30 cities, yes.
Na no what you saying?
23 25.
Hey, I'm the 5 cities in Kwakao.
Yes. And the obi na me back seat. And the our window no driver and a passenger front side no. Or this kind of man no. And I say a man on this no man no 70 Ghana. And then no say 30 cities. And you know you 30 Ghana. And you won't find out. So before Sunday no. And before Sunday, no, na from Tema to Kaswana, Ayahana. Adiomo yenye. One more titi and dodo. Me does it. No, to patch on my number, yeah, me for a while.
Yo, Baba, I hear him.
Yo,
messages in the Bibra about. Me, but almost wait me, but my me who are here near charge. Oh, baby, I want to any here your charge. Oh, yeah, Chris Mensah this year, but say from Kenya, see Abrim to Dr. Mensah Kumasi is 6 cities, from 3 cities going. No, and I mean, can you? I say Dr. Mensah Kumasi is 6 cities, and from 3 p.m. going, they are shouting 10 cities. Oh, okay. Hello. About your dinner, baby, I'm free.
Reverend Julius.
Also, for penny main too.
I say we a specialist Kaswa kwa no so no. Eja wo mu kuye papa. Kaswa ba masamai. Na ye 15 cities. Wo mu di 20 cities.
Aden.
E to da kure du enumro mu di ye 25 cities.
Aden.
Wo se wo nkwa, wo se wo ntwi, wo se wo ntwi asi. Ye wo one junction be free from Avenue to Amasamai na 7 cities 50 pesos. See omoji 9 cities 10 cities. The last time you do Amasamai, and I'm a cement yase. Passengers in India, me disease scan, I'm a man, and I'm saying, you be clear to me more than
good.
And then talk, I'm a Amasamai police station, corporate, I'm catching them someone yet a GPI to you.
Hey, when the cars are metro, police one.
Police in a catch them, I'm called GPI to you for them in Cocanterom.
Police, oh, Nidin.
Who say?
Nidin, what already?
Man, Shady, but me who I mean, me station one cause of catch say adia masama GPR to you for drivers in the ye Oma ye dan to kwa kwa so ye kakese ne yebo passenger wo kapa obi ka tell me kra say me pa me to ka to kwa no so na me ntremu na me fanko.
Wow.
Ni etosu mi enu ye omani mu sedia ye man yi mu obi especially let me talk about the politicians. Kwan ya omo fa so no emwa yen. Me feel like Denis Abuaji ye minu ya ketwa. Me hwetama ye sha asebre ya bra pa be si ne and with this obi ba be ye djuma with this on short time. Oye politician be short time na we si wi asifie nyina. When I was looking at the things I saw why na me wawa. Enti ye sremo eya mon two politicians no for my head. Because omunya chance no mu be di o man so anya ne ye di o betena so. Na nkoma ye bibi pa abo o man no man akọ nanim. Na mo so mbe fom o man ni nuama say ya. Ye da chimma ye tiruma da chede no meye. Be da say rotu da ko.
The difference between the political thief and the normal thief. The normal thief steals cassava, he steals plantain. The political thief steals your future. Hello?
Hello, Tunu Nana Otudako.
Pia.
Unya baba kupenye edia mijiswa eya Hajia Halima akumapa the freedom fighter mikasa free Madina.
Uni size what?
Medasi mido. Me pato Commander Boham who to say.
The whole year to search the crown corner.
Medofo dada no. Watumi akini say film.
Na muno ne why?
Emuno ne wa.
That is Majibo bi ege.
That tell say me baba chat here appointing any your friend is saying I confirm to you no me baba ye bi di abrao.
That be say aha ya bra me ya. We jare dia. So we jare dia concentrate for me so.
Mate. Nana otu na men kamo ho.
Ave.
Ejuma pa mu ye e wo Ghana. Me ni de mu ho dodo. E san say mu ya me Ghana man atumpon. Enye se obi ebeba be ma mo 1 city 2 city e bia na me so masua a me ye sebe. Ye ntichiri oman ensuro nipa nim emma oman ne embo. Ne se ye kan no ye beka. Ye ni ya e beka ye nyina. Minua. About truck drivers, any omo boys are omulodi omo ewo stations. Uba Madina, your baby a friend Masalachi.
Yeah, minimum.
And yakura airtime ewo honum. Uduwa, Adenta cars, dodo wa, omo muko yarufa tema e hona omofa. Omo free chroma, omulodi bedu Masalachi na no way you be ego. No masha se lodi, so omo muko dodo ano. No mu lodi frafraha omu bedi enu fi no ma di oyibi fi sa na omu ye o omu farm direct enko dodo wada ya kasa ya bre ana ehonu no sebe loading boys na ye ka omu asema o ka say me empamo omu no right me empamo omu but tutu na sebe don kesa omu ye nipa
okay
ne ya mi phone o me bag mu da nyame energy me akufia me di hu ye me ha mani e wo boy no so na odi me phone man me omo ye nipa 2 and 3 anka phone no koi enti Madina zo friends Masalati wonu no mon kan tre MC ni say ombo modia na ni buga no famra honum no mbese senia ye bokro no e wo honum no e ho na ese se obobuga na amanfo ho to mo e wo ho nyame hira mo no hira me my Ghana.
Thank you, Mido. Nyankopon so inshallah papa. Messages coming through. Okay, well, Fakir, I know to that from Circle to Kaswa, 11 cities, now 20 Ghana cities. I'm happy, sir, drivers from Penny Phone be about. You be this sound come on, and okay, yeah, hello?
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon, Ibio.
Yeah, Private Michael, who make us for Yarifa.
But Miss Me do to that committee.
Make us for Lollyford tomorrow. FP Medina, Eba, Oyarifa, Okotema, na Omudi 5 city first. But this year, Ofa, FP Medina, Eko Oyarifa, 10 city, and Omudi. And then 4 days before, I can't be someone say, lolly fair no more to one and almost 2 more saying and almost 100%. To say a Danny and talk last minute, Devon say on Kubio, and the Yenina is the end chadia, Yensi. And any option beyond and I have frozen. And the lolly fair to Munu dear, the problem a brave.
Okay, me that's live on Accra 100.5 FM Citizen Show. You go so Jim Adwin chire me no ka say ya be man nua ba we piano, but we will speak to that because ni nim say yeah empanyufo no say ma yentumu ansa yen twend the next window na yen hwe nia ebesi fa akọ. So it's important say be say na Alamko Alfred nso e wa hanom ono so e de the message about messages ne there on this trot thing bebre e de ba Nana Safo offensive of communication officer NDC also wutin e wo motewe menim so otomoto we ni finfin sense wo ehia wutin ma mencha wo motewe. Hello,
good afternoon.
Yes sir.
But your friend Joe.
Hey, monsieur Mira.
South Africa Taman so area.
Okay.
Patrol me were 2 issues. First of all, meti maybe I had to fuka a free ashama at the core Katamansua. Na fair no na yeji 5 cedi 50 pesos. And so se si ana ye no ka sei. Ufuka e free ashama at the core Katamanso eduana si bi kwa ananse baby be o meka so mesi wo. Eyi ashama last stop Lebanon school junction no more you 5 cedis. Ufufi wo eko atadeka o mesa ju 5 cedis. Ubefu atadeka akodu Katamanso no 15 cedis. And so I didn't fit the Ashama call Katamanso a 5 cedi 50 pesos. Mas asem I can serious because if you are now up at this say if you are Ubabe Kuskua Ube plan say the woman Uberman is cassie. I bet it into your budget. Wum papa no I eat into your budget. Minu so asako budget mo. And Tadiana Yakano and yes more. And I think so we shall cross complaining between Ashama any Katamanso ye kwanu enyenyen ye 2 eyi constituency abom entino most of social majority of Katamanso Lebanon na eba Ashama entino kwanu nya ufa 22 mu kwanu nya ufa Ashama Lebanon straight no call the friend saying Katamanso also nye and obefa the friend saying Roman down entino se benya bas ni bia ebetumi free Ashama na call Katamanso na befa fa Roman down na befa police station enim Masa, yeah, bro, because who bisa, as some way a man can say, who catch a police car, it's true. Who catch a police car on few. And you say there are 2 soldiers, other dinners are coming, so near check it. Near whom, soldier check you, I know what do then. Let us say, law, yeah, Juma a chronomo. And in the banks, no, the move the brain, not competition in your Steve. Because private sector, no one take advantage of us. And I dare when you complain, you, the government that you are in power, no, it goes against you. And you know, because it's serious.
Exactly.
There is no way or much here with me.
Very well. Very well.
And you know,
very well.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. And until I decide, say, say about can go Papa Mahama who find you be treated this matter. Now, penny for who or how Ghana for no be now and passengers no a dozen. So it's important say ibidi sir and common. Hello. Hello. Yes, my so didn't be free.
Good afternoon. The traffic can
everyone. My phone.
Now to the cook.
Evo.
Meraguku, Minister, they magazine cockpot.
But
Listo well, my TV card check.
Oh, that make us a cave and I was changing the end and catching the I list well. And I won't swear. Ah, Samuel.
Commander Boham.
Kwamina Ubetu Bianca, life.
Company said, Gambia, Zambia, Juna, Yaobono, a Kumipa.
Yabama.
Midasi. Now, okay, the traffic can be full.
Okay.
Can taxi, if you can to us, you call Ashama. Now, time now, yet lorry fair so 15 pesos no. Omo antete so. Omo di kwani nyeti omo ante so. And the cities now omo di satan cities na omo die. And so be this see ano. Omo san atomo omo so 7 cities. Maybe kwa po atwoma 10 cities uka chama eba ha 10 cities. Ye ni nyentia omo yesa. Nano anka mini obi tazi de baba kubi. Kamina kaka mini kuye. Enti honso no munhwe hu ase na mun kan kire mun kamae because se anka yadia dipia to 2 for more make say o masan atum from cities na anka say cut down o man ti so a amudi cities na afi o man to 7 cities say so se anka dipia to mu anka o tum from 7 cities na eko top biom enti horse high kakra pam chew na mun pe bi ka fa humai why.
Yo, okay. Yemfa be 3 course na yemfensi 0302 20 80 90. Yebisa se bia wono trotro for no one to transport fare mu na maybe o kan join here. I say how are you senior? I'm fine. Hello.
Nana Otudakon.
Yes, sir.
Only Mr. Lincoln.
Hey, akotema.
Rema uye.
Yo wadum.
Nyamin Shao Bobie ni Accra FM crew no nyina Nyamin Shao mo. Unim transport sector no. For me, Honorable Likpe, is that the name?
Nikpe. Bukari Nikpe.
Honorable Bukari Nikpe. On funny 9 to her. Now from Kaswa to Accra, a Binimuji 2015. Now, a NSS station, anywhere, Ufruka, no baby, Ubexi Bia, Upa, Fruka, Kasana, see what to boot, or Mubeju 2015 cities. And no, they have you, Minia. Na Ghana, me debia, me Kase Ghana for your Jenipa Bonifuo. Ghana for na them or men and Koso. Because you have so or men for 8 good years, so for a boy a deal, for a brother a deal. And then Yamia do any John Damani Mahama buy. Shesena, for prices. Edina, a Koso Kakana Buffet, a Koso Kakana Buffet. A bit more your more greater or more dear. Or more penusa, Yamagana for who chill or more. Entiminia. And for 4 brew, and the 15 cities, 20 cities, Yamika, it's a wound to me, and your daily activities will be curtailed. You can't go to work and come. You can't go to market and come. You can't go to anywhere. Now, we shock one work for so line, Papa, say, Yanika or Memoa. It's the driver for no matter. And for me, this is the time for the police. As for the police, I don't know their work. And all the district assemblies have to come in to monitor the activities of our drivers. Because me who cancel because we have no choice. Obia Nishia Obeka. And then the fueba 8 cities a gallon class driver for Beka say spare parts boy. So we reduce spare parts and then Omobeka say see no more. They keep shifting the goalpost. I think Master, Ghanaians are tired of Ghanaian drivers. I'm telling you. So the media also have a role to play. Thank you.
Yo, media na you play. Thank you too. Thank you. Well, you have to be na fancy. So that's it. Because this come here pa geisha soup can form a be share there do so na ye di ho dance ya chiro. But I mean, another caller. Hello.
Hello, Nana Mpacho. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mehema.
Mpacho, na what is saying?
You are doing now, sir.
Yes, I do. Me ya pa. Me Mpacho, friend who has some na me babe can friend you fear. Me free danfa. Danfa last week. Ne omoji 8 CDs. Last week, no started omoji 11 CDs from Medina to Danfa. And a back can and somebody about 10 CD. Me call kind of me say a free Ministry of Transport one a buy into no motor soon.
I'm going free, baby.
And me kwa me kwa kasa wo station one so na mo te so dey about 10 cities into mo 11 cities for 2 days. That was from Wednesday to Thursday. That was last week. And Friday kona from started some mo 10 cities instead of 8 cities no. Na so mo dey about 10 cities. And mesre esa na ndisi aban no omo nyina mo ka station ono mo sisa so o meye kwanti no e no mo na mo so no mo de gin ya 10 cities. Se si mi firmadina na mercy for more than 5. Omo gin 8 cedi. O come so mo de Accra fair and e but Accra still kwa Accra 8 cedi. O firmadina kwa Accra 8 cedi. O banso 8 cedi. Na denti no mo de still be bia nkofo bebre nto so eminu so ato so dan fa de mi hwa de kunti omo gin 10 cedi sese. Inti mesre ana ko na mo ka se yempa mo mu firi kwan no ho no me de me pene so ye fene sa dental barrier e ko jo wax on mo be bi o mo do taxi rank ho no me ameni me ma solo opposite o me kwa solo stand o mutumi yi dade o mutumi si jarabia se mate ne ka so mo musika o ma fa passenger bi o no bi atwen catlas so di bedudwa mate no dan we se wanya se ka kire boys no mu gu ho no inti mestre sa de no so mo hwe na mo mo aye wo ho e no mo via yen so ubegira na opreka ho a me da se obi nto aso
o da se abraw yen fa ne utwa to na yen fancy but yen ka busuafon so say on the story of Abena Sare how pese o painti a good board black no yen so your hand mo say ye be can no cre we fact check some of these things until no e be this ankomo so ma fa last caller. Hello. Yes, sir.
Good afternoon. Batu, ya say obi a good driver, so good driver. And so me say, okay, any driver so you should have any she. I didn't hear. Now can be say I buy and fat cars will be enamigum. Nti se aba de card be gum na car sa meta se alodi fi Accra e ko car so a e kwan ni nye na car ni na ko choki e wota na mten road na enye ni nti na car bia nti mi nko no car ni na be kwa di one side na passengers no so one side time omu ni na eba no omu na so be babom abefa passengers ni na once asa could be traffic so nti best ne say aban no enyere ne ho emo ne ho modern say obeye ekwan yie na cars no akọ abantem e ba sa na passenger bia enka kwan so two sebi sa goro boys amu gina bus stop on mo na mu load no uko 37 license officer you goro boys wo uko je wo else na you goro boys wo even bra kolebu ubi kolebu hospital a ukotwa x-ray crampa ubenya agent o hono ma ubedi wani ma uwi a o person use kafiri ho enti eya ko yese e wo bedi a sebi Ghana ha e wo hwe edu donya bra emu yantutu anwam okuka ntamanto bo so bi ato ndem ma so sebi opedi a yeso ko e driver for dia na ate driver ni kama for sebi driver for yen yan tony ma wabontin apart from phone na yeto no ye to bibia wo Ghana and so obi atutu ni minimum steady on ankasa pe bia obi anka hwe but do driver for so bia na obi ekedi ye nka ne sebi driver ni enye de opi bia nanso se wanye bi a obeda ye eyi se wanye eyi abeda ko ezebie ye furu na nsa na yakoten sebi ye ni na eye pepepe se ne be ya obi enkonko sisuobi sebi o Ghana ha no nana what you say aban bia ba aka say drivers for the way me yi pattern ko abo wa ba so pen and so you budgeted for abaso you bought nurses abaso you bought farmers abaso you bought doctors abaso what we say sebi about driver ni bia abaso e Ghana happen and so ba obia credit driver ni and so onu a wo ye dede no kone ko gina na nyema ho na hwade
yenina yenye
enti dia kwa kwen say Sabi a free a trick was in us. We said young for kind of so the taxi driver met me fine crime maybe in year. Fine, no to just go. Sabi
but edini ya nana otu daako.
Sorry, nana otu daako. Ekasa makuma tom yem sebe. Sabi nyansa power. A branch dream. My chill maybe city that we teach are. You say nyansa power dream. So I don't know. So I was winning up petition you. So we so open so we crowd. We make your own channel. But I say, hey, Uncle would see when I become Ghana Swa. One here now so quite do movie.
Yes, I'm on. Wine.
Say, I don't know. And you also, you know, what in a year. Because when you year, I can't have Ghana.
That's a rapture.
Fire.
Thank you. More fire. Thank you. My call session in Seattle and some more Ghana for Akoma Subebre. One person Muka. Agnes Malco from Domekwa after 5 a.m. all the cars from Ashoman Estate. The only thing you hear is Dome. If you join after, then Dome Circle. After, then Accra. Maybe okay. Also from Pokwasi to Myra, taxis were charging 7 cities, but because of the bad nature of the road, they are now charging 10 cities. But no, Christ, bad nature of the road, no. Then increasing fare, like I don't know. Please, the contractor working on that road is sleeping on the job. Only God knows. Okay, very well. Do you have Mark Osnana? Now you believe me that some of them are thieves, as the woman said. Okay, I honestly don't know. It's good to procure more buses, but if we can't solve the problems at hand with these small buses and taxis, how can we solve the? Can we solve it when more is added? Amos Akolosinana, 60% of this are junkies and thieves. Or bala for loading. Okay. Other messages. We said damn Medina is now 11 cities instead of 8 cities. It's serious here, bro. Jonas and there Samoado na de sa same way by. Now driver from Penny for ya ombejo manumi. Enti a DM pa no me found. Anyways. Another maker on messages. David Koke and David Cook, but Nadia Bosika Swat station at Circle. They charge 13 cities instead of 10 Ghana cities. Why? And as Makpa, also from Circle to Ablekuma, it's now 10 Ghana cities. Who's the for bro? We also from Amasaman to Nima, instead of 11, now they are charging 15 Ghana cities. Suleiman Akwiros, no, they have increased from Nima to Shukura, 6 cities to 8 Ghana cities. They have increased their fares, but they have not increased their fares, but they are riding on short trips. Okay, Chris Mensah is saying, Kumasi to Agona Swedru was 100, now 120. But a long journey for Moma Idwai. Lenof Tonu Osinana will not have better road in Ghana, and in the morning and in the traffic situation too is bad. Addison, also from Kenya, Brim to Dr. Mensah Kumasi, 6 cities from 3 p.m. going. I mean, can you? Also from Kenya, Brim to Dr. Mensah Kumasi is 6 cities. And from 3 p.m. going, you have them shouting at Brim 10 cities. Okay, Drew and Ajua Estron fair. The question that we should also ask is say, transport operators leadership on job anyway. Those are some of the things we should ask, because we have been a consistent issuer. And you don't see them doing any undercover. Say, baby, say instead of 1 city, you see 5 cities, and now or say 20 Ghana city streets on for Jinaho. These are serious issues. And I'm also calling on the transport minister. Say, this is a matter of urgency. Me pacho, you can't buy cars. No, you do more yard. Or the cars iba. The best to say, "Say how do you know?" Ubiti me ashe amaye. Accra FM. that you are directing or drivers transport fares must say and yet approved until they should revert to the old charges. True Drivers Union concern any other drivers operating almost a year one ejuma and so they say okay yen train Accra because then they're asking for the next window. So we increase here, then maybe they can take decision. But I don't know. That's one penny for this will be ankasabium. Minimum yes, but Yabama idea or better than two because I know near Tiani can say transport minister or man homeless on your dear. Yabama Munina can be near dear. But I say no. I'm say transport minister you more yentino. Yabama but it's fine. Yabe Abwa Ghana. Said Cobbins, communications officer, NDC, when she constituency. Jeffrey Accounts Executive Director, Revenue Mobilization Africa, sounds here Revenue and Anti-Corruption Crusader, Justice, your boy, her name is Bobie Ansah. Okay, Yabarima, PR Roma, True Drivers Union of Ghana. Mebra Nana Safo Ojaba.
Jamona national high animal.
Nana.
That utimi pi no be ehwe bianese. Ya me ayade. The summer told me bra pani so ha.
That's right. That's
right. Nyini na afie ufri no ha oba 1 2 3. Ye nyina afie wo kwa ho. Timi ne ben ba bi fa akopɛ nti ye nyini no nyina na. Okay. Ye beto wo mo ye bra pani fo ye ofa no wo mo ne ada. You know, when I saw party back last week we didn't share our barbering shop do okay. So let me have who na say hey na over time bed. Until the party you man when you pa. That's right. Or na fa kon at any time in point. Ube hu no ha no ha. That's right. Okay. Yeah, we saw a party you man kakra. Ojaba is from the constituency. Okay. Na Monkro for central for year bina. Nam no so asa di ni baya abegina ene mu etere kwa kakra ni ade nti beba bi ebedi ho nkomo.
Great ma menchia mpapa bako ewada ko nti baby bia ewada ko bia e chia no na yengina papa na o dabi o na se na me dem kra mic na me chamba papa for yi
on the floor do we do sharo aka de
me chamba papa ewada ko we so ya so ya mo en chia ya papa ya we mo me en chia papa ewada ko waso mre controversial already ya driving ni ba I mean check ai I did na show. Those am papa ni mo. And some the Canada Naimos attitude about 40 Galamseyers with easy mining equipment and hood across 6 regions on Galamsey issues no so how bit me transportation issues in Maka and I think so GB protest against legal vacation. In fact against legal vacation, but Mamma can say Chief Justice per se justice need be better on the matter during their legal vacation. A GBA protested and also and Oshe Senior Ibimo Peso Mugu a Bank of Ghana and Muase through if like gold board, and especially Mimuna as a personal attack on gold board, not because he attacking gold board, but because to them, Sami Jenfin and Momko position. They started with $800. I don't Sunday back about because I am a fetchy. We so your head, you're kind of correct. Actually, the movie of Peking James English or see where it shall wash. But you're not this corner. Now, yes, I free transport. It affects a lot of.
As a good board, transport. I think one of the topical issues are meeting. Me bana meet you. Nana mama fa kwenye na mintie menchia omo majibe no mutie. In fact, what said there. They be an Mishan for back I keep on telling them say you are one of the journalists pressing issues be a how mine.
That's right.
And it move forward do on deba.
That's right.
I recall say last time yet na had you come ya me be me catch you say me hwen koma wudi say party for no ye hwe ne yemu wo na yem omusu no omusu ne yentie wo mo na itima bo ama party na itima konenim na itima retain power na one of the key issues are na party for no na enkofo bebre e complain na mo motorway no so me ba na metie o
I want to announcement. One announcement.
Me drew
motorway route in Vivian announcement.
Me drew me cross with Ministry of Defense na me say na o boss ni ade. And I start to commend you say one of the issues are a high or my Ghana mu pa no e bi no waka ni dey me ye de bebre di me mahu bia na na me de say me bra pani ya be ma wa omo na wo suahunu omo na te driver for no adwuma na se ti ye de na ye kan de
ene ka hwe na nim say
ye kan sa but me pese medicine so na one ne nkofo di nkomo you see ubi a phone line chum no you can attest to the fact say majority of Ghana for are complaining na yes transport minister my sister Akuya bandit minim say honorable Bukari office mama yam fancy papa bi hu akwam and I like the way odi bibi tu kwan mu say nka ye betimi kwa na nka ye mane nko mra hye bedwam na ye pass mane nye mra na ye enforce mra na mane nye adwuma man Ghana mo hwe Ghana ndc adaroma ena yetima boa hye economy na ma na gina so ama sikasem tutu e bibia to yi na Ghana for hwan ha wo mu na ka ne sikasem na yie nti so obi kwa adwuma na bosom ye tuara ka bia 600 Ghana 1000 Ghana. Now at the end of the day, transportation I will be used is more than the salary wonya. That means you are killing the person. You know, yes, I say I don't for no ubi ntimi nkyere mo de monyo. But you make sure say o man ma ye wono emara ye adwuma. Ye nwene temamufo no ho. Said na obobo no ufri poku ase beba be do 37 no na sika driver for na je wono. Eno koka the kind of insult a mate for ne nkofo bi de bema wono. You have no idea. Yes, sir, transport minister. And I support the call from you, say, Yanti tax force be. Now within the Accra, no, because I had no challenge in the power and the Kumasi. Well, Kumasi, I recall, say, me guy back of frame me. No complaints, so Jabanti, Muntimi, and far basses in me Kumasi ha. Na Kebia, bass in ABA from Kayatia to Cronom to a Francho. To Boho, Abia Robert Fubia Bia at least another 2 cities. Ebeboa generating revenue because driver for no, they are taking advantage on ordinary Ghanaian because every point you want to because the old Uko and near my toy equano, a new the Ukutia. It's in Mrs. and Kayanti tax force no. Not tax force no, ye more special operation. Yeah, not someone was saying, say, at the end of the day, the person will end up going to take a bribe. Mama ye prejudice. Yanti tax force no. Now Minister of Transport and Infrastructure manage employment. Yes, every provide employment said okay now you make sure say more especially enumerate or more operation be very tight. Right? E do enumerate na offer airport police station anymore. Oh bus stop na wo airport one. Okay. Now I thought that would be doing the go be a peka. And I keep on asking myself say I keep on asking myself, say, then you bet my year to mitigate this challenge. 37 so that will do one then go for go no bebre ubedu Accra Mall so ubedu honom na bus stop na hono na no so nipa guo achimota overhead poku ase amasa man kra de e to da udu na kutaka opese ujana for mo makodu guo kakra na se obesa fa to aso a de akọ before say we be twam akọ bo amai side horom ya de omu ye adwuma akọ honom ni ade nyina enya ade be bo ayen mesere aban no ye mfa hihye hu akwam Ghana for to aba man say omu su no omu ha no you see we cannot and you can never ever on any day you be blame MP before e to that internally say yenso ye hu adwuma aban no wotumi he has the capacity to make sure say ye de san hye be gu akwam. Yes, I think recently a crack cars be kakra bi di buy. Ye betimi Accra cars be over, let's say over 500 ya Ghana ha. Yenye bi wa Accra ha, yenye bi Kumasi. Yenye bi wa Accra, yenye bi Kumasi. Yen dispatch all the cars and you make sure say you make generate revenue e dia be aban no. Na ma aboa ma ordinary Ghana. You say cars nketo ye Pragia no wan aban ni ma ukada ni ade be ye. Nsa ma taxi for no madwuma no so what's the area and they say no me ne ka no mo nye ne sa biem ukon kuro nketo mo say Pragia for ne moto for na jo madwuma ye ti se de sa aban transport ne ba ne ye te ebo no so ne ye nti say if we are no more kosi anum say na ubetua on any day if I say be from Pokua say amasa my bar to 37 e be 3 Ghana cedis na betua imagine kofo ebe for saka no ebe boa ma driver for no so ani ada ho no no ma say there be the government is bringing new strategy in the system so as say the yasacha ya adwene na
decision and kill the private drivers business.
We are not, you see,
so that we don't drive them out.
Their decisions should not kill their business. But sometimes ekobase ye tumufo ya kan bia ya pamochewo ye no makasa na si chinchina kwambon na obefa so begin kofo sika. We have no option than to implement the decision. Ye bebo ama government na wato no. E bebo ama Ghana for wato mo. Obi ye complain bia o kan hwe aban anim. Obi ye complain bia o kan hwe aban anim. So if we are implementing a decision, you make sure say that decision, you know, will not drive away the drivers. That decision will make sure say ordinary Ghanaian ye warning me ye ho be hin ha ye so bedru because obi aso ana pa okọ adwuma because I can last in Ghana e bia no odi kodo adwuma no ponya kakra de aba okodo adwuma so be Antonio makakra onye odi be fie wo se wo beje more than the woje na napana e ko basa na. Yes, that's where the issue is coming from. Enti aban no mfa na nsi for more especially the Ministry of Transport ye mfa nhye papa nwakwam na ye strict you know emra no na ye make sure say e be ye adwuma.
My honest opinion, I feel the minister is not doing much in that regard.
You see, say
when you talk of say ye de car say ba no fantastic matena na mabona baso, but me dey bia me say me here because me person this transfer 55 years. This year I say 5 years no ye be to me sir.
Definitely
me nya kraka me pay one party state in tia yes I can this in transfer forever near there, but a honum no a drum wo passengers need to a drum look say drivers need passengers casu ko position ko
yeah
especially drivers wo so about ho de kanwa we must be careful, and being careful also no we must act where we need to act. Say drivers for the door so na passengers say cause driver back passengers 10 and the ticket no. That is
yeah.
Let's see a bad down. The minister Emson Pekasa.
Yeah, he's a very quiet and calm person, but I think so.
Send a better uplift the image of the government because you're more you didn't know.
I think it's time I say as a buy no I didn't see from na say no. Say you know what you mean you man so the na reshuffle no. Yeah, maybe in Kano. Said about buying. Said about buying us some bedroom. Yes. Said about buying us some bedroom. Na Ghana for some bedroom. Yes. Indeed, Minister Bia na say the dear Jumasha on side. You are not doing the work now. Then I think you are supposed to give us a break now. It will be full from now.
Minister 58 na Juman. Opa me cycle me na. And this best another set. Almost you are correct. Ni ma dare to say. Omo Juman is here. So, Minister for Transport, me no cry. I don't even know him. But a whole we king Accra, or man home. Yeah.
So, Nana me demanu si form. Yes, sir, buying no. Onye she bia. Ye ka buying na ye ka ma say Minister of Transport na say this she gu akwam. Or den she gu akwam a eboa ma aban no so enya dimpa. Na Ghana for temamufo omo complaining no. Omo so asumunyu omo na eboa ye adwuma economy ni because sankofo we asumju omo a na oman Ghana so yeso itimi asuju who said this issue obetimi din tokwa gidi aba ya nhwe ni ya no be de be wie no na bia akofa priasem ne bibia ansese esi oman Ghana na dia ba I recall say nkofo bi e o kechi na omo try say on be preventing nkofo bi say on be jisika ansese omo je I don't really we be yen tokwa ne ade tax force na wo ho no my entertain sa na man I don't for so yesremo sika na mo atwa me bo na mo de to passengers no so no is becoming too much. Yes, sir, Madaroma. Want to send form. Said the bay, me, nyina, ni betima ko adwuma, ni abafi boko.
Yeah, that's it. A driver for no so your ABA imams in the Kings was sorry. Live on Accra 100.5 FM, it was good in common. My men call ya bema ye, Kasama for penning, Emma True Drivers Union. A higher no better na ye, Emma Udin Komo to the say. Na offer minister no so omra ne ma bi mu ni ade e ma omo kan say ne ma bu ho no mu a decision no say ye adwene so mo ne be take dia now we are not being fair to them because they are also in business to make profit. Name say minister from one omo ntimi nka say omo nko so some of the things the initiatives should come from the top so that they can also blush near there. Later they came back and they said say Sisiano ye say ye 2 months because president a 2 Ghana cities na free omo kan we ya na microphone chance to two say ya bema
yo na
na mo yes
say obeko deputy communication
I know the same funny
meba so obeko mewa
ultimate tie
enti menso me die no na de aka ho sa na me
oye incoming National Deputy Women's Organizer of NDC.
Good. I feel the meeting makers.
We have some constituencies.
You be doing
na say bra
ye ba kwan kan na
that's all by ba constituency answer.
What's now better around.
Oko women.
Oko women's organizer.
Onya campaign bi. We aba no to be nti wa anya campaign.
Baby around some more baby a bit to convince no. This am here on 29th we request come out be back. Women's program. Me ten president na me who come. They know you come. They say or no a deputy who come. They say or main. So we are mama na ba to aba ma. They say only me can yi na women's organizers na me wo mo no. Mama ba to aba na ma. Ye nya say office off. Enim na ba nyam.
Na omo free ya be ma so free Jubilee House there stem or
na me da say ma yenchia Ghana fo nyina na ya ne say nana enkomo ya yedi say Ghana ni bia tie no tie ne ye me nkasa ma energy ministry na yedi nkomo we wi a Ghana fo be hu de me pese me kire dara hwe de ekoso okrom no me dodo na mente yes station bi ni ho ti e ba na se mo kan se ya na ye ya de foforo eni nti mo kan se no yebedi akire ne yahwe se na etie na yede ato baabi a yede to ebeyi na nti ho no de me nka ho asem biom
okay
good na mom de me pese me kan se abra NDC take over government no me di nkomo bia magana for atie bi na offer diesel 16 Ghana cedis 79 pesos. And then me no can say the same diesel no 17 Ghana cedis 26 pesos. So we 16 cedis 79 pesos. Every 17 cedis 26 pesos ma aka 47 pesos. And kun tell me bui me de go e na ebu. Unsa go no ero na ya aban dia. Eninti se yakose yakoto keskam ana ye teso a go e na ye de yesisu dua. Ghana for nhwa yi. Pacha 47 pesos. E na abeka ho. Na de tini energy ministry wada won sorry. Said the Darmeka transport ministry asemo na me no kase ka bebiri abai. A nyame ya adomo a obia benya bi afroi so me no kase nana ufa petro super no abandada no ekono ojane 15 Ghana cedi 58 pesos goil and 15 cedis 94 pesos enti 36 pesos na abeka ho ya the 36 pesos to keskem anu na nyansa no de tia hai yemfa ne sa aban ne ba wonte petro so da until diesel so da na mum watum no 36 pesos petrol 47 pesos diesel you dey make a decision now unim also mampanyi ba ye na owura asami jamfi wo hwe yewura edigi tamakru Edward combat yes sir Edmond combat combat ena ye nua ye the all force ato force na unya national chairman so na room Bobie wa party ni modua emma aban no so hoto no eye na adwuma amenchi am papa ise dunketia ti ai
no so enyina papa
ai menchi ye papa yenchi ye papa national chairman owura ise dunketia ya chia wa kan yi
enyina papa
yes boss good enye man kokoro ya no fefefe nye onu na ochiri
dabi afechi I see you no
oh so enye me nkai ne ya ode ne maame ase ne hu nipa bi free mu ayekoya ye wodan so mai enye ono asa good minimum no ibu ay ko yenti ma hudi so oh yeah adwuma good
information I was around 24 hours yeah adwuma gidi under the
he's doing well
afechi ewu
no
now him fu any bar from wa Ofa Star Oil eba 9 cedi petrol diesel 12 cedi goy ejina 11 cedi petrol diesel 13 cedi ana ye ne say ka driver from one ente keska so kakra bebre te so wo eye radio station ni TV so from ne de ya anye meboa good me sa na me ye madwuma no kra no be be da na ye de ato ya anye na BBSC was Street of Hormuz. Iran, Israel, and US. They say we are saying that Ukraine, Russia, for so munya into kwano. Near Massa. The entire year who say hono, no Ukraine say. Now no be nanka kosroa, na dollar dinechi, meboa. As one of the diesel no ne patron in the corner dollar jina baby jina. That means in frabai, yen to me say frabai. Nemum world market price no as a Esa ye no na free baby e wona kodru baby enti nka energy ministry ni bra bonten say ye taking over government no ye ntifu aso dakra ma Ghana ni no ha na baby akwa akotonie pacho wutie mi ye pa 47% diesel ye dey make a decision 36% a year petrol ye fa make a decision yes you a businessman sika ne ehwe ya driver for interest nti ye wo ho ena matra wa amaka agumu so say aban baaye watofu emu 68%. Omuni na various stations ye de chair driver for ne say aban baaye no watofu emu 68%.
How?
Eno na bi maka manu to manage ministry omuni PRO.
Roxin
ebi ni ho what say waka ho asem da?
Roxin is there.
Entimi na me meka abrami so business na me ye. Yes, yes, resetting Ghana agenda. Yeah, they say anti-patrol, so anti-diesel, so me and yes can we botum. Now, by it is only a yes can we botum. I say, I have a day. And this energy ministry, now, Bontia Betnas say, you're taking over, saying you're tough way. Yet, everything that no say now, Beckham. Now, for young Resenke, let me make a decision. On say Ghana for my main castle way, mean quote or Mampany. Emre no di omanpanyin ansa na yema na ekofie a ye sen friend se omra no o ka asem bi say ye refi asem ntem ebi antena se na nu ya fu e ba dan we enjoy nya ya na ye de fu ani bi bompa ye ehira man no na nya ya na ni ba bi na call down enti ba bi na wa ansa na call down no esan pagya ye no eho na esenke ebu se ho se ansa no mo be nhyehyɛ ya ate so na ejina hen enam atena ho o ma ka agumu so ama ato driver ni team say 68% na aban betra so watu fu emu yenso yenim say edru 10% e di make decision as a businessman there now be
it's 68% there Esanka by now drivers are making decision 6 times
da
my channel cannot say because they increase it by 10%. Drivers also make a decision on increase it. Anna, you see what the MP before say. Ya 68%.
Good. Also, you
want drivers try to. That is a bad narrative. I say you can't narrative.
Entimino obia ntwa meka seminka samba energy ministry.
Oh, but so we reset the agenda okay.
Oh, yeah reset no. Me so we a transfer sector no. Send your driver for no interest by your reset o. Enti the no
energy ministry emeka ya mbeko so ayebone
ye de enya bone ne ye me enya se me ba ya wo kakura so mato ka skema me nim
unim
dabi mente kura mpu ha na wo bia kura me ye de me hu
na madwuma no office pe na me ye no
ye enya no office say ye ho ne ye ntu da ba bia me wo ye ntu ma be de
bia won kwa na wo justify
omo fa report ma ya me de me hu ntu akan afa na ye kwahwe say sa na ti a
ene sa na ti ene otiti
so untimi nka say sa na ti
say nyina fu bi
na my make it also clear say ukogina bus stop e ko fa wa car na ebu a emfa machine station for
Okay, I know so.
I don't say making it clear.
But this time stations for now to
yeah and two yedim. Nti wa kan wa fidie so. Nti e be kwa akofre.
If na wona muntu.
Ya wala pass.
Okay.
O de
but mo amutie no mo amutie am wala pass no. Ya be ma say la pass in ne mpate mo muntu. But mo betimi dey about Facebook na ye he so matuma no muntu me yen kan no e bia na onim. Munko hwe eye akoya omochi na o free oba ya o say we hero ene nam gatu yi. Why no? Miracles Abuaje. Yeah. Ni Facebook war 20 but maybe already Nyankopon Yehowa. Ma me hwe ade. Woni mi say ono na say lolly fair on his Facebook war. Can you imagine? Oh, very ready abro. Now the chrono dey say e show. Oh, anything say ye nyina no. Ya anya ya adwen say oman na ye tim no. Ye de no kredie chichiri Ghana na si ya na ye behu no. Nana edi ye besre energy ministry. Ye nim say mo ye adwuma. Mo nse dem. Mo mra bonten me obi te say ora Sami Jemfisi. One Ashanti regional minister. Me pe omo asem papa woni me de ntia. De obey bia o Ghana fo hu say we na maye. Wodi transit to no so a on ka say ya be ma na enko defending no. No no akoyi no ho ano. Enti omo na mo a omo di transit ya tofu amu eye 68% no energy ministry omo nte. Dabi omo nte. Enti me de maka no ye be di akiri. In fact be kra message ye wie program bia me frɛ ayi. You better say you man. Mumu say aban ne ba ebe take over no. Yen fa ne say on tifu e so da. Na mumu watum. Say na osusu say ayede abeka ho. Na Ghana fo ye nyina yen fa mu nkonta. Na fe nkomo no yen sha say free baby. Na ma no ato afa no. Mate me so me das ya be ma public relations officer through drivers group ana yete omunka no we dey wadam ma me fa we chire we Facebook wo ora we waje why dia Dennis Miracle Sabuaje July 27th and was share the lolly fair have started coming through she crowd this 30 direct impact on cost of living what about crony needs to intervene ASAP. Electricity has already been increased by so me here bunsu to a sikem old fair 13 cities. No, they chebi. 16. On a day a siakwa to chebi. Oh my God, share case can free. 11 cities. For them for share free one neighbor. I'm where say bunsu ufro no na what yes siakwa. Oh ba wa share ba. Na what yes is ejimasa. Na what yes. Much how mo share bedroom cry. Bunsu for agi anka for the enye. What share be share for this time. Ana Sami Javi Tongo mo moise kenti. Mo ja communication to. Ana mo share lolly fair the ba no. God. Okay. Yeah, Baba, thank you for the insight. Live on Accra 100.5 FM. You better said comment. Communications officer when she constituency we are not about Mira Geoffrey Honum. Say and several doors into we know you want to tell I think say me colleagues are much about the transfer now Mike no. Na me chen say me nuanom I exhaust a lot transfer fair see ho. But me nua ye bisa ho say ye share system say they are to akwan mu a ye nyina se na ye nua ya berimba oye through drivers union association PRO ekaye no say omo increase fuel price up to 10% then na omo so ahwe kwan me fa so adjust and also more deduction back fuel price mo na omo so vary omo prices nti based on the current situation ye nyina analyze is it fair say drivers ebe to omo cars kamu as at this time? No. If it's not fair, me no nano yet ya ka corruption asem. Pro ye ne kankan ni dwiri masem. Da bia yetene yansa de hye amanyoni no so meboa. Say ye de sika be ye 200 million Ghana cedis share nsa no. Wadi mu bia 10 million na ye bo mu kwado. Anya sa. Ye de kese ahye nsa na kese no mu ye mfa no say sebin produce mani susumi na so. Wadi mu be 10% ye bo no kwado. Driver ni so fair ye de ahye nsa no. Ye de fan say 5 cedi ahye nsa. Na wa wo de ope
what to from 5 cedi to 7 cedi. How many percent of Bonin away? Calculate to say, on mum anka. On now this are 200 million Ghana cedi and Zahanko be the over 150 million Ghana cedi. So look at where corruption is free. Because we share fair regime, me bra yaw, ekan and fuel prices are ye in the history of Ghana. Yen change aban, ema baby a fango bo akwa kuduno, a baby and fan free so and fan ba from saying NDC abanya papa John mama, e dia ni mu aye. Mini ase me din to na wa mama phone say me din. Abrebia say o mampani aban sesa na aban foforo ba. Mostly price no be free baby e wo na akosoro. Enti ye sha say ye calculation free baby a ye be fa free ye no na dia koyanim. But na Ghana for ye refi ye ho kakra. Say because of say your mampani His Excellency John Dramani Mahama on the NDC aban ba yi. Baby e be fa fuel price almost 17 cedi per liter e diesel. When e be fa petrol almost 14 cedi to 15 cedi no. Ye di ba fo mama ne ba be 10 cedi say na menua ya okai no. E na we ba be 12 cedi. Enti na say ye calculation bia.
You see time na the bar 10 cedis no. Ne bia na say. Still drivers ni bia say o machine ti ade bo.
Argument ya me ba be ye no.
Am say spare parts.
Very well. And na me ba be ho argument say.
Ye
ba ye no. Ye di ba this price no. Na expect say anka percentage ya dey drop na anka yeso ye be nya ye be enjoy Ghana for be enjoy fair price reduction e was a regard. But amma and omode spare parts any no ma bebrebe yastic. But me nua nyame nka nchiranka nyankopon say ye papa John mama ye fuel price mo adwuma no no nja other side of the economy. Ye hwe bibi say import levies ana yeje taxes are omampani eyi free habo ema say be the importer ehun ha no na hwe ba bia ye fa dollar na dollar so a play major role when it come to our airport import levy regimes now the role dollar a play na ye be fa dollar as high as 16 cedi per dollar na ye di ba former man ne kura me no kasa ye ka ntokwa ne no ma bebre asi wo amansan dwaso na amansan ama economy bia esesa no enso Ghana na me no ken ye mampani me mane ba fam emtra 12 cedi da enti ne obi a all crash papers anya leverage e wo ho me boa certain taxes are na ye tua ema a put burden on the prices of spare parts ne nyina wo fam and na ukọ aboso kan afọ at the point in time on be ka kire say because of the dollar bobo fam no omo ti omo normal so by certain percent about 15 to 20% until o my way mu ba mbisa driver ni na da bia odi bibia yastic no and na o bisa driver say unjustified denti a auto ne lorry fame a bi mutimi ka say police fo mpo enam say bi o watom na police ni akohia no na e kan say police ni agini skanti no otimi de no ye yastic e de to lorry fame oh say fa kwa nso police for high enti o to lorry fame e fair mayen w me ba oba on mind chichire ya e commitment say nyina ye betu ye ho asiwo na ya boaboa yen ho if say na ya papa John mama say bi ne pro ye ne kankan watima si ano no anka ho no bi de ye yo enso wasi ano ama obi so na no aduane abon e wo pro ye ne kankan obeye so enti wo so bobo man no ya ma man no aye stable economic indicators bi aye stable no also sacrifice wo so ye ne say enne bibia sia se bi mpraduasa eya amansan nyina na mmom enye significant increment e wo ye fuel prices mu abra bi e ko ye no mekai unua mese mi fi wanchi na ye exercise abra ye ka say enti so obi ante so ye say ye exercise e be on beti so ye ko no nnyom ka che omo se MPP ba ye no fuel price 2022 e ko 22 cedi no aban na mo manyere o man to lorry fame enti drivers for be ye vulnerable enti se na ye papa John mama aban na fuel prices be fama afena ne omanya no mu lose e bra na nado danko akufo adote so na fe no mba be savings anya sa ska no
based on analysis no me question as a journalist in say under the elsewhere administration fuel price cost could do 22 cedis per liter 23 cedis per liter na no put drivers and tomorrow add na 17 Ghana cedis and the person to when even the president has shown commitment where you 2 Ghana cedis correct free so why
look at this at the end of the day no nyame no nyina can say driver no has no reason so beto ne fame na mom se nyame bra ya oka kosi ye no minnuanum bi mu aban no aside mo dwumadie se omu di no omo no mo dwumadie no omu ndi ne ye no enne transport minister wo ho wo PR department Ministry of Energy ewo ho. You so many institutions are omo nyina ya adwuma eba transportation meboa. Say aban no born homodin say u department nyamo ye ede boa no say stakeholders omo take advantage of the people la then was samoye. E was some ba na matimamufo hu ni aban no ye obi pese odina akire ede ye Ghana for dream. Nemo ye ma opposition enkonko certain lorry fare e man into driver for team mamu extort here.
Almost every time John Jinapo is speaking on some of these things. What the
no, John Jinapo as sector minister on kwa anya no betimaka.
What the say John Jinapo kran kasa ho. Ana Pierre Rubian kasa ho. Enti drivers na kasa. Omusu nim ne ye.
So what I'm saying is driver ni no say me can establish sa point no say that ordinary person no. That
ordinary amba yen calculation pepepe. And you have plenty driver for granted though. They are very wise people.
Very well.
They know what is right. It is a Pierre Rubian Mekasaya. Now we'll service in penny for
so what I mean is that few people are taking that advantage, you know. I was saying maximum 40 and once. When na me we can say me but can do baby say abanu implemented those policies are na ye yakoji obi muso adwuma from nsam. Na adwuma wo ye unye circumspect, unye fair to the ordinary person. Na enyanya alternative for nipa no be fair. Ama Ghana nia benefit ya. Minu na ema wadwuma bo no bi na ayo bone. And yenhwe if this is the situation na driver for take advantage of the system. Ahun so mu enjoy certain monopoly. There is no other transport union eba be judgment to mu be enjoy that monopoly. No mu no Yusuf price is not as yastic e dey extort amount for government and revamping institutions are omo transportation business. Metro mass omo cancer mo de aba no omo deploy no omo making sure say car no be to certain time because unse metro mass aba use no esoso and this car no kosi ho na eche na enye ma obi enya akono so be kwa akofro nto be kwa akofro keto ano ma ya extort no po be kwa akofro but ko other jurisdiction na cars no emire no mudi tu and this metro mass ba be structure na wa ma drivers no time na mudi be tu na manfo benya test ema metro mass I think say they would rather want to join metro mass for their means of transport than so be kwa trotro ma be extort no enti abano en revamp no now decentralize this transportation means na enko other district say municipal assembly simple na aban ni metro mass no make collaboration no mama mo sa basis bi no mo ya adwuma on the various routes amount for extorting crofo no na aban afa sa transport ministry no e de afa no serious de aka ho anka be boaye riba bia o man ya duru me da bia am ka say ne ma se bi o GPRT ni through transport union for the o mama ya ti access o mo no o mo nya njintu mu ne mom individual drivers e na taken for granted o mo yesa but o mo anka as union no de so mo nya ntumu
ya be ma o na so mo ntumu
oi o mo cha me na me kan ya na na ntika monte
that is what they are saying almost see no de ntumu but people are taking advantage
so from your Bema public relations officer through drivers and Mati GPRTU driver ni bi obetum bi ekronfo right
he's taking the system for granted yeah
driver ni bi obetum bi ekronfo my passengers ntie no
we say krono no ya ano ehye but you reka wo ade say yentu keskem me kura jesa mo kan ya yenim ya yentum nyasa mo kan yenim ti mo kan ye fa akire afrese sa netia na yasere mo se yenyira amra bia so fa nhyehyehye ntia bo
eti enyese ne watum ne ye kromfo na mi wa fa amra na hye ne
o de mra hye ne sam
pedeti mi ka so bi ye kromfo na onye kromfo
ni ya o ka se ya illiterate ma no nim nya o ka onimu mra bia mi nya onim yes nsema ekoso nyina no nia solution na e wo say ma problem ye nya solve you enne Ghana yenhwe population na increase ya kwan esisi dan ma kwan na akoye nketoa enti population increase ni kwan na ye choku no transportation means na akoye bibie ho but abanye ya adwen say ye kwako resort to railways uwetima to kwan from Kaswa abedu nkran
railway minister
na okwakofa
is railway minister
that be na orefi
minia unim onya me chono look Ghana for is so vulnerable to the extent say see the adwin nyina ko airport so a ye build your business in the expense of taxpayers money amikrom sunwan bi ye see your airport no eswa ye ba besi kese say be ya aircraft akese bitima so but etoda mi free sunwan ba mi tibitra plane no betinam about 50% ye empty na 50% na ayema but they say ko use taxpayers money akọ expand this airport no whereby acquire minimum no fa so about 90% of Ghana for use no no mum attention because do under big push yenya certain ayi but say the train lines ba be ka ho I think say anka nipa train no be form no e be to so as in a plane be fire me boa and then ho yen hwe aban intention na ye de be expand ye airport ra wo Ghana whereby railways obi abetima adwen no yen fa ya adwen ko hominia enti certain class na ye de ya adwen ko say ye ba be airport na agi major of our budget mi hu asa budget na de ko existing infrastructure ni ja no sa na the other means of transport aba be kan na serious e we rail line so I think some of these issues no anka be of the past because your rain prices echo so meboa enti nipa bebregu akwan ho onso na ye kasa anwumre na amanfo peka na ka ni ho a afei ne okoka so okọ du malam junction na osimi simu ha na wasan afa bi afri malam junction de akọ weja junction odu weja junction na wafa akọ akosi baabi foforo obedu ka so ano na obo short be 6 okwan no so obedu no ade a wo so otua 12 cedi na okọ akotua somewhere 30 cedi extortion but me ni say railway e wo ho and about 50% of them crofo mefro troton e kwa ko fa train na ya 50 na ya kan say cars no so ntie na the same cars no nam kwan so a na car no nya nipa mfa menua on free second kwa car so street enti aban na wa say ye consultation na hu say normal e koso ya other people take advantage of the system no your problem ya yen solve here sa problem na nipa ko tena akire and o take advantage of the problem until say be solve this problem no ye nya asunje o my way mu anya sa fuel price say be say ye tumu 1 peso obi so beka say fuel price ya tumu nti me so me tumi lorry fee mu and Ghana ye ni control system ye ni control prices apart from GPRT unit other people more to association na amaya nya omu in a group a yetimi consult omu na ya sere omu eno kwa nya mra bia na ye hye omu e ye sere na ye hye omu ya be ma ya ye hye omu ye hye omu because mra bia ni wa ye hye say
found to mention se ka nya na to
and I can because mra bia ni Ghana no ye ni control pricing system ni e wo mu se nipa no na price na yi ba ye ni omu sere na ye sere omu nti omu pa no mu tie enti na enam se mra bia mbande omu no e na bi mu individuals bi mu na ma omu e ka se omu kwa kotum minu mienu ye se ente task force no tia emra be nkra na task force no achi se nipa na kwa kwose ne se ontene bo so mra be no di nkwa ko gina no se mra be na wa hye wabu so constitution no so say article 90 was say nothing is wrong and bibia ni ho ye etia mra until say what define is hard no e wo mra bi mu na statute bi mu na what punishment attached to it so if there is no clear law minu mienu be make reference to not task force no mra be no kwa ko gina so aye adwuma. If you walk conventions and say Ukraine, and also this gazette. If there is no clear law, I bet ma'am share task force society. And your policy, and I was a device. Policy a bit device say, yeah, so you took. Yeah, quite expansions and yeah possible. So what are the other means of transportation? Okay. If a rainer, young Maya again coho, name building and also M1. Now ye are being free sending a debia ye buy ye basic airport and no certain airport. I'm telling you. Plenty a week you see all back. But you share the capital you dey invest in that airport mu. Meanwhile sanka train line and coupon e dey call one ke be hu nipa e be form. E was akwan no so. Enti your priorities and yen setting ye. Na problems are existing problems e wo e be solve amaye. Na the time bi na ye nyanye no. Amanfo e dey adwuma hye omo nsa omo so at least say umma information reach nipa na nipa no so hu ne right a. At times I also resist ebe boa say Ghana for say na menua bra ya o che no ma we mu e ma ye hu say ye see ye calculation na say na obi ko gina ka say ya tum 68% no enya no kra ye the datum obi say the reference point ba bi e be fa no 16 point something ho na ye gina calculation na it is telling us say ye ntum ndu 10% enti say ntum ndu 10% what is the essence of the increment enti ndu sa this is the line of argument here what say the stakeholders are they are sure so megina so nya argument no na Ghana for hu say aban no bone homodin na mum individuals be take advantage of normal so
okra doka 10% but I'm so happy say mate driver operator penny say no even 3% and by
very well.
Their own rules
47 pesos in the 36 pesos
who calculate
by their own rules a root 10% crime they consider increment
very well
it is idea less than 4% on what basis?
And I'll be too.
So I still think that the transport minister should still call the union authorities and engage them once more. Not also engage them from because maybe raise issue now I be able to affect my brain. I don't just raise issues. Mr. Dia na me hwese no mo ka me nya sam bia ba na me ka bia nsa but me raise the issue each say ha
I think say issue now raise and discuss no yes say discuss it other than that obina driver ni no e hye no so untua no ono de before nipa no be hye no obedwen say obi na aye den e dey sad say na obi mo ka say transport minister na say omuntutu because of say ya to fuel price misinformation enti na wa ma yakwanya ye clear air ama say nipa no so kotena mu a ono so nim say ye ntu mu enti obi no so betima resist e na me nya we ka say resistance no ba na dey ntokwa na bi mu abepira no
the best suggest to say passengers na mo ka no mu nyina should come together
very well
but the passengers I know in Ghana
but unim the problem is nisika no e kwa kodi meeting ho dial ni all kon say all kon oni sesa enya no ko enti scan be kwa kodi nipa no botom
oh jai
e ba kodi meeting no ho
wo di no kure say ni eje no I want to be sure say ya gina ha che me de me ko hwe me ma we tu no dodo de be ka won ko awai
ye fa no see okay Mira Joffrey will take a by we are na ba gold board and sensem then we move on to other matters in the out in the the set Cobbins Kasama for Penny ma NDC when she constituency Anna Mote Nenkano last okay so Geoffrey Okanse, Executive Director, Revenue Mobilization Africa, Mira corruption, anti-corruption, revenue advocate.
I'm a training change.
Honorable, it must see a way na ya be you make Accra gold board. And throw na grofo to fa hono na in this spell the truth on truth by young.
I think on saying omo can say omo born coastal. I think the ministry has a lot to do. Ministry of Transport. I'm tired of repeating myself. If the minister is tired, all over the world, when you're tired, you leave the work down and you move on. I'm sad I'm saying this, but what brea? What the Ejuman Veto?
We see what the cars about.
No, can't they non can't again on your I don't praise mediocrity. That is how lightweight. Ejuma I Ministry of Transport na dosu. But can obey me in this short period by now no. Naka sa metro mass no muja bi ba ne pro ya omuchiche ma omo. Corruption, that's where it started. Sa issues here mukani nyina no. They are deliberate. The partner ho e ma bass no. Ejuli guye. Not omutonton no. They say ton katie no. With all due respect to your listeners, because bass I told no huge amounts. Now ubetre him say ebe pro. Lolo, I go here we had order. Then I buy one the workers. Do nya Central Business District. Ministry thing now sa buses we na card. Omo ba me job me no match wa. Omega tell say na card wo. Yeah man, we most of our problems are thinking problem. People are failing to think. With all due respect, but I won't retract it. It's a thinking problem. It will be a school. I couldn't any. Atakwe, Papa be a ni ana minin monungwa. Ono to chulo le bon shika. Edi ejuma e mo no to bi kan. Na wa me de wa ko school. I'm on first degree, master's degree, PhD no. What you watch business man pro.
Atakwe kura ko school.
Look, sometimes, just sometimes, it's a thinking problem. I won't repeat myself. Now, issues the constraint inputs now they be on no. First one, I got you say full price. So kind of I say me be my boss. So I say I'm opinion that I can say Ghanaians have short memory. Me I don't have a short memory. Upon me encourage I mentioned the now be at the time I'm 9 years. I mean me I don't have short memory. So I remember the good things John Mahama did. Say and I feel we or J Power 2025 the second term we no at ye won e ma refi let me say driver for no any Ghana for ni bi mo refi say na fuel price na da baby and na dey pay last price so what you say na baby aye ja last price no e be si ne no on catch them no kre say emplahe na ye duru ho bio ma na ana ya pa
36 pesos.
Or say ya pound 36 pesos.
No, me see ya pound 36 pesos per.
They be they have now they calculate you know. Diesel. Baby I fan no.
Diesel is quite different.
January 2025.
My yanka say majority of those transport cars use diesel.
Yeah.
Let him about 80% of the vehicles are commercial diesel.
Oh, when tell me me na me chese me
they don't need to repeat.
Okay.
No me can say
take more than 30 seconds.
Ora John Mama be fa akonwa no. O fa ne diesel price. Ya fa ne say on tifu we so da. Ne mum akosoro. So what so am ye ho atoye pen. Ne mum akosoro. So na akono just 47 pesos.
Or say from January 2025.
I am listening to him.
TAT.
Me say, on T soda.
He said we should assume. Let's assume. Say there has been no reduction. You can say onye or more baby or you can say onye.
The fan was 16 cities. Anna, you fan so the on T sumpoa. All the 16 cities no peg the current prevailing rate
47 pesos. 1 year 8 months. Debbie. 1 year 8 months.
I don't know if
Mombasa Kubio. Catch it say at ye and the marry faint on also anywhere boa no. At ye intra. Baby, ye ja no na it can never stay there.
Okay.
Near no shade man so ma no. Papa na dey adwuma no ma no. Wo dey adwuma no ma we e na dey abema we. We na breso na every month bia na dey bi to so. So I will never peg it at where he's talking about because sir papa na na ote ho a every month bia no go from 2002.
One tell me.
You see he keeps saying me tie o. And you see your union no bra na ye te so no man te so. Of also tie bibi. Bra ye te so fiti baby omu peg the best 16 point something no ebe do 10 point something no did they reduce it?
No, they didn't.
6 cities enti me nye 3 point something percent enti eno na how na me fi ba no enya na me no kasa o me no union na kasa enti kire se bra na ye te so na abre no ekoso nyina no ati ye no e ma refre e na ye so ye ka ho bi commuters ye nyina ye ka ho bi omo so omo ye din month so e na mu didi hu sa for over 1 year. Price in black so no. Omo didi hu sa 1 year. Omo ambeso ankyere yen. The next year omo dey calculation spare parts.
Yeah.
Forex gains ne buy no. Spare parts no. Dealers bi mu teso bi mu so anteso. Enti na te say gains ne buy crap na omo bi mu benefit here no. Oba ma bon tina make say at spare parts nti omo beti price so. That's the second one. And then omo be introduce one evil one. Say road bad road. And I'm omodi bi can which still is a hidden thing because now spare parts na omodi can say bad roads leads to spare parts and now ya dey back afi do mate ho ati ye ni mu no omo sa ate ho e go dwane te afi na spare parts argument no adwiregu nti omo dey go te dan e chi e be ka kire say bad roads afi no eno omodi e measure
so ati ye no here no he's not referring to government. We
the beneficiaries the at here no e man kofo area fie say na ye bibi oba protocol economics mu say bibi says here all you want to do is to halt it so best stop it no say bona inflation na e cost gidigidi no oba manage na baby the gina mu no crap no ugina wi a can even if president mama take you over no for 1.5 years na gina no kwa no manage na ya keye e na gina no mu no except by form profit. That's what I want to take you to. Now, when you say the ecosystem, it will affect commuters. On the floor, any taxes, and the benefit. Also, a few more goods and services on the money. Sansha or Koto, a shoemaker, crown of Koto, leather, not about the pound shoe. On the car of fire into a bedding, a becosro. Doctor, the Bible can be it goods and services back with you, no. Emma, the cost no. As I be it affects one person directly or no offer car, no. And they are cotton in Yamana Batono. But indirectly, no, a baby tree, we because Omunia, say, cafe cost repair now, a cheap BBR. Once the school fees, rent, BBR cost. I didn't think of what say, cafe akoso. The next thing you look at it is a monopoly. You see, I said, I'm crash now. There's no challenge, you know. It's no omudi them sano. The you say me number I can say madam for your sorry sister. Now I can say motorbikes I say aji taxi for juma. Remember another place oh domi we say free Christian village. Taxis near San keke for no I take over.
Yeah.
That is the monopoly now omo nya no. Enti omo fa no enye den ehweso. The next one omo about this corruption.
But
before
corruption,
right?
If a monopoly, what is government stance to break this monopoly?
And I may catch it
very well.
So government stance will be say Obama alternative transport means all over the world. Government transport, public transport, and on this sign, you see. So
also na government now through Nipe, Bukari Nipe, first 100 buses or so about. Other bars, I think about 300 of them are bars. So what again should the government do?
Buses, no?
Yeah.
Ebi wo ho. Inta me do kwa ya lolo no. Ebi wo ho. Ebi moto e be ka tell say the almost san cry just some small engine faults. Ade a friends wa turn 10,000. No I should that share man pro. No I turn 500 cedis. And I make a share no. So person fix the problem ni bia. I lolo bi so ye den. Egu metro mass bi mu ye den. Ebi so gu I say. Near the Betty near the so ano 37 he say your pomfi ya question go from gu sa one side opposite the hospital or bus stop on omu go blue obeko circle sa La Paz sa 37 shiashi I mean the spots are there ube unko for I stranded omugu that monopoly no more and also air de bako the other thing to over reliance say on road transport. Says I mean you be my can ye the any see road transport no so ache. Railway. One thing. It me twin for bebre. Those times they fee in Sawami e to say fitiko Florida and na Sawam. Na ye ba Accra. Sa dey no to crap county na Accra congested. Because sen kan go for obi nim say wait ma tan latte. No sora no pa. 6 9, 12, train be 2. Obeka to name and I enchini pankwan so goods and services large quantities. Na atwemu nyina abesen. And also the say traffic so there traffic be enim bebre sa. Again water transport. What prevents you say boat transport e best start efitema abesi akọ Jamestown. I best stop for major stops pe. Danger obey major stop say a stop you 2-3 stations per e kwan so a na keke for no other taxis die then from it is planning poor planning so can now because the next level limited innovation just say I mean no ye here we want say 10 private cars be almost in the same area about 2 or 3 or 4 of them they are friends they move at the same time into other thing otu da ko de fan ko this week na ke 4 or 5 ya top fu enegum elsewhere omutimi ye kwa omunim nkrofo no just that they have the same working environment. If we are innovative, it has to, you know, we can use all these alternative ones to solve the problem. And now the last killer is the selfishness and greed. Obi edi na dwen ato say
many person ben kumnya
ono de obedi say ade asa nti wo akere wo no is taking advantage of you. Who is punishing and monitoring them? And also your transport for there. True answer. So ultimately there's freedom of market, free market. All there. And so enya wo adwene and all be kan kofo ase
report to ma ono kwa do gba ma police station but ono oka but also call report here no say ono mo nya GPR2 to mo ko GPR2
well I mean so in a country where some of these things
that GPR2 need that legal locus to punish anybody.
No, they have as a union. As a union, you have rules guiding the union.
Rules.
David TM. No, don't leave them off the hook. TM, in a union, you have a duty.
They have a guiding role, but
to
enforce the law, no there.
Oh, I was saying.
No, they can't punish.
Thank you.
Okay, those kind of punishment they can. I'm not talking about that one.
No, the stations you see in the GPRT, you know, they are owned by the land space. You know, usually they rent home, and they are rent home. Okay. But they have a union for you to come and load there, and so you have to belong to them. Yeah. If you belong, they have rules that you have to abide by.
So those rules.
And the major ethical rule, pricing you say, minor behaviors. We say we know we be even how they dress. They've been there. They have to make it up. The way forward is actually say, for Niama way in no use it. Regulation. They should regulate their members using all these things. Say, yati for no so amount. Papers number for me. Now so, actually, minimum. No, we didn't know. Second one, dialogue. Say, a PM say, say, me know yet to say, transport minister, any union leaders.
I think he has met them.
And yeah. They be me tell say omo we no matter price fixing. Say you shame no fixing say baby achievement and ray na can finance minister no lorry fares obeka because you both time. Yes. Now or reading we say na budget no account lorry fare. We have come from somewhere. So nobody should think say like
no make price back on.
It is a thinking problem. You train you we no be akoda. So don't think it is not magical. It's a thinking problem. Next one is to manage, mitigate the effects of goods and services. So tackle the deliberate mismanagement. On say obi asheda. Make sure say the two company, government outfit, economic and organized crime. The two side me Panama award. The organized crime aspects, they're off. Deliberate dream no deliberate transport owners no who can follow system now. There are people in government who own those transport cars. There are military and police officers who own those cars, so they are not able to arrest those cars when they misbehave. And see Uber to us here, you need to look at it and heal it systematically. Say no matter at that reduced price.
Only the
government metro mass no.
All right.
Media politics.
Thank you.
But so and also to explore the alternatives. Let's not maintain the road. Let's look at options, no? Say water transport, TB, and rail. Let's do that one, and then we should finish the offenders off with education and dialoguing constantly. But the most important one is to bring the buses and make it productive, because what the buses never never be all with media. Bas no ni painting ni kra ni branding ni kra no e bit me ama Oscar inside dot even e wo mu no e bit me advert ama companies adwuma bia bi o metumi di sa advert no ahwahwa mo obi show MTN obi spray bas no na man the company are visible until o make sure that those things will be done and explore all the alternatives. But the most killer of all the deliberate distraction of those buses and making sure that they don't function, which is done for them to reduce the cost and share the money. It's an organized crime. And so for me, I don't have a problem with the unions, but they should check their members and make sure the price fixing it should be dialogic with reasonable analysis. Say, ya petrol so am ya try 1 year didim ya mbesu. And so do how they in say the best more consumers and commuters. So Nana, that's all I can say.
Thank you.
But my hating part is where the monopoly has been slowed down and it's hurting.
Doing the Geoffrey Okanto, Executive Director, Revenue Mobilization Africa. And we'll move on to your next topic. But I can see that there are others also share my opinion. Kofi, Agbetefe, actors, non-verbal, Philippia. Read my message. Please, Philip, please from Kaswa going to La Paz to Medina. They are taking an extra fare, which generated an argument some few minutes ago. And what do you know? So I'm to more catch or yatum La Paz. So Kofi Ashon, what's the I'm
a junkie for the Bua.
It's a serious matter.
That's a station.
I think
station.
I think this problem is keeping on going because
you're junkie for a Bua.
And yet, Because the drivers association no they overcome it.
One lady and also
this issue has to be dealt in a proper way. You see, I disagree with Membra. We go to the legal. We go to the legal issue and to the good board. But I think say if we are taking a decision, it's supposed to cut across both Omomujina Kwaho.
The entire American sanity, maybe was a horn steady, my uncle, and I remember my uncle Hokra, and I'm a kind of different way. Road traffic regulation like 2118, and no master Sunday, 2519. And Brandon say, will be your union association, more on your transport cry. So what
have you done? What have you?
No,
I know. But
post in the vessel, post for Korea now to talk as Yamomo.
I'm also joining you.
Omuchina bus stop, not post Jina. Who do you go Jina? Why would Dim Rasono? Who could Jina? Not drunk in Abba, Kaswa 15 city, maybe Kaswa 15 city Ubeko. We because we are moving to us or 50 city. Who could catch and say? Mate ni lodua no akobo posi amane se akwa aba begina won kan ho na posi aba to kan for ba bi ogina nye man kwanso ba chiwo no akwadi trato so na wudum dia kwaso okuro
me pese me samra no a okoti ye no kwan omo tena akire ni se nipa no ye GPRTU driver ewo La Paz or register ni station na La Paz onko lodu La Paz obehwe na wotu ni car no okoduru shiashi na olodu o enti ukochi na obeka cho say odwani union ampa kwa La Paz union but okojina ho na obo trotro no wonko lodu station enti ho no oye pro bono ewo ho on gi approve no enti mbacho enti say wo say police nko enforce mra na obeko onye obi enforce on it because crofo na ono akojina ba bia olodu engine station na.
Okay, so what we'll do is that
so now abai no we say abai no we know too. I was a buying any individuals no a compete this thing. And that is the only thing.
Of the way a bit to be so when they say abiding crackers in the go.
Abiding competing with them.
Not so many cars a big good drivers for Juma. But cars
are competing. Abiding competing with them.
Now we are buying. Me cars we are buying. Now make the cars.
Now you can GPS and you go Kumasi Mpacho VIP. Obet me I no pay bia because you have VIP. At least those cars ni other people no. Omanya certain nerves. Omanya certain models our transport operation no mu. Say also jani nyina mo a. Obet me I no pay bia. Nti aban wan build that models was our transport no mu a. Da bia no o ma obi strength.
Na ra me bo, na make us say we aban.
Mo be go that same way.
Oh you go we aban. Every day 5 minutes we be real ma me no. Na say oh you be real no. Na say other legal issue that mate the driver mo ye 2 meboa. Sprinter Alpha 19. Na nipa 19 su.
Na nipa 2 ti omo kon.
Jagule comfort there, but just before that, Gabriel Akuma, so some resting from Eastern Kofodia. Bra, you are doing a very good job. Thank you. Jagule, I'll say, please let station managers let the drivers wear uniform at their stations.
And why when you drive, why when you uniform?
Also, that will help with the passengers to know where they are loading. So that's it. So what they defer the conversation for another time. And when a continuous conversation.
Very well.
And I will say, trotro taxi nearby affected about 80% of Ghana for. It is as a set time crack a year. Because at the end of the day, no, look, any mamu. And you get the Nemaku. It will be one minute to appear. That's a 10 cities. No, bottom. No, you say, if you can swap ABC or Kashi 10 cities. Now, what is in the short, continue 25 cities. What are you talking about?
No, yeah, culture national security. I catch MMDC for moments. I'm saying, oh, what do you mean?
I know they are working.
Mumu say mo, ya report say dey nyina mo. Mumu say mo.
Omo ya how will you do? That's just critical enforce some.
Ya kasa asem we ya kire mo.
That's just critical enforce some of these things.
Ah, na me ya ma.
Crackdown this.
Oh, Police for penny for the soldier for car. No, my friend, a giant told me to me.
Mostly, what I don't want
to do. A superior tabe bridging castle. Who is a policy for my policy for you more? Muka class and tranquil refrigerator to do a go. Because I'm try like bill. Oh, me name Jamaica. Yes, and try dear or cram. And Colano Musupio tabe brino. Policy for you moon across some film class. Ever so muso. Policy in the bad action.
This are what I think. Yeah, this is what
I mean, I'm a car, me didn't Abema.
It's a just station.
WWE.
Very well.
But yes, I think we can go.
Oh, my station is free. Oh, me say me no. Me want my class come up patch on that.
Hold on.
You see,
just a quick one. Me, yeah, me can say, I know you free my station free. Sometimes the tank is faster than the mind.
Nana, me who try me to cry, dear minimum America. Oh, I'm a car, some oh, me see you be saying, Accra Central.
Now, Obeka trust the police.
For you to be more.
Missy, I want to go far and Paladi free and crassy. I do so by you, Monada, Cromobi, Open Kobi Croman Quebec. You know me, Titia. Then be a coso cronum. There are some now. Nancy about what you do, Subeka say. O man Pamo, more shape or Quemua, Yan be one frigate Batanka, I may know the chance as when in Comoa. Omukuan one as a moo. Migration forecast so much in Kualaya, Omu Tachar, Omago Muja. Omubai Omukuta, you assume polish, brush,
some of the issues. Aya and yes, and yellow crew, but sometimes you need certain scintilla of evidence to back it. No, as to say, police need to find the issue.
And Grana to idea or cap. A man is so Mokolani
police never call for be by so many.
Opa, me see, young crow Accra, regional headquarters. Never see the Rabonte.
That's fine.
They mentioned the ladies are more
live on Accra 100.5 FM. Jumedi in the Citizen Show, me didn't know to that company focus were. Yedi and Komo. I love the conversation so far. You're better turning attention to Gold Board, but we have two very important issues. Gold Board in Sensem and Ghana Bar Association as against Chief Justice in the position of legal vacation. It's in matter time one. You are doing this too. Major time no am I? This year 5:10. 40 minutes by come by saying. Yeah, so 10 minutes will be okay, right? 10 minutes. Never you. Kwayo and I am more here. How many minutes, Rebecca? By 10 minutes. By 5 minutes. I intimidate 5 minutes in the bubble advert. Why? Kwayo, Mamma, I'm not sorry. I'm not saying sorry.
Yeah, can I say I know be able to do?
Yeah, when they in a swat, you big na so and you didn't come on.
Losses be brave cost wo. I say aban twa ni hwe no. Say na eye no kre. Wo hwe Bank of Ghana broni be ka so monkum tabu o mu bu for 2025. Ye friend financial statements no. Bank of Ghana ka say sika omode bu a gold board ye adwuma a omo bo ho ka no $214 million. Eno enkoda nchen. Aka na mienu na afe no abewiye no. Aban so sign ma gold board 4.5 billion Ghana cedis. Yen kote ne yen kwhwa. Say na $240 million na Bank of Ghana ka say eye car omo ball wo gold board no. I'm force entisa crampo na ye 1.7 billion Ghana cedis, which is equivalent to 22 billion Ghana cedis. Menuam anes for any teacher for. Mugu fi mo pese ye fam adwuma. Me kai say minister ne ka say oni sika 6 billion no case of finances ni nyina say about 6 billion. Na sa sika ni bi eni ho. Ye de be finances no. na mo ye 22 billion de e wo kwa ye de bebo ka a ye nya so nsihu bia nanso se mo na sisi na nka ye fa mo a 6 billion yi ye di kan unemployment a e pagya ni mu adu 30% no na nka megidi se annual brass ne etoso mienu mo ba be ye adwuma na mo so metua mo to abroni ka ne se income taxes ama aban inti 6 billion ye se aban ato atwene o na nka obenya ho mfaso nanso 22 billion ye fa ne se ye ka wabo a ontimi nti wo bebia ye bisa ye ho se ana sei ene etena se edibu o kopɛ ba kopɛ o ya bo ho ka 22 billion ye toso menu sa 22 billion ni mra ye ba ban mu 2017 2018 na ye banking hyehyɛ no banking crisis no 22 billion ya bi ne edi tua customers 1.2 million na omusika eden akɔlɔki wo bank na banks ni ntimi tua omuka 1.2 million customers ene edi tua omuka na so ba akofo edwuma ba akopɛ ya bo ho ka 22 billion na sa ban ka se oni 6 billion ode be fa nurses edwuma ana oni sika ama minister of education kra ka se oni di onya ya obefa mu edwuma mu na so clearance na be kire sika aban de ka nisade hu no won so be fa nkofo ho no eni ho sebe sa sika we nyina 22 billion ni ye de ama oba akofo e ma ye den ye ntimi ente ho emfaso na so ye de e why mu kakra de ma Ministry of Education ka say ye teacher fo ya wo fie a ye mfa mu yi ya see 40,000 teachers wo fie a ye mfa mu yi migidi se na ya femu dodo na a na mu ye adwuma na mo so nya mu ye adwuma keke o na nso mo so mu tua eto
at the amount of course jurors reality so our hadam na promo ekoso nsase woton eno so medi won ho adanse acho kwajo we na George wow George okay Union Pay so our hadam MTN medi ho adanse Go Super SP and others okay and see we know 10 minutes now Mr. What are your two topics? You may choose to do one dependent. Otherwise, I would have voiced and come over touch on all of that. Yeah.
You.
Until all fan of 514.
Okay.
Until well, who say be 24 will be in control.
Yeah, Matthew, me that's it.
Yeah,
Nana, Mami, who said me there will be or chain me biano. Na ne wasam kano. Medin kakra. My yas and come in the age. Me so ya bro so ya baba wo ene de mi ntimi che oh de bi na ya ka so bi ya bro a e che so we di ate mo kura mo makasa ye de me ba woni abro wa wo fie
oh abro sa ya bro wa
de bi me se o ya bro wa o ye ababa wo so ne age a ne ehun se ne e be ka no so na se this is a time wa e man bi wa ya be wo horo mo anim ye be hu mo real age
yeah
because me share infamily
abra sare huru ne
and me say man ka so me say man ni bi wo ho a omutimi de niam bi daada sa ntwoma bi na omde hwehwe o anim no wan hwe betima daada obekọ na crab ro akwa akwa bi ade bechi obe huru na anim no na so wa musaman enti ebi wo a ye huru o anim a ye be hu o mu re age hwe nana ma me adi nkomo bi na ne refi ne ho se Ghana amane dibia bi so enda minua Kobis unim se okobno a unim di a ore na obi wuripa so fala ya me gwa wase wa mbodi o se ye betu anamo bi so fala ye betu anamo bi na menim se minua so be boa ya se wo de aja adwo se na onim ye unim se Ghana amano Public Account Committee one chairman meboa chairperson enyesa good omo te se court o omo toto nkofo ano wo panyini na wo betena fie ama ye de asem abrew no wadi ka take asem no ne size one side abu aten enti echina obetimi afre owura Sami Jamfini Gold Board so meyi nsem ano Public Account Committee ana
asem na we yaro
enti ya pese ya a lawyer for wo fie eboa yen se betimi atu ho na mo bi se on qualify se otena Public Account Committee ni so a na ka yayi na free ho me maka okro we mu da afide we so maka wo so da se owura mama mamu no obu no 18 months ni no onse obi antimi mfa ekekawa bi anso mma mekura meka se mu production idea mamu meboa nya na meka no se ana mi wie meka se obi ti se owura sami jamfi dodo agya meka dodo agya oti ase be nso meti ase obi ti se eye Ashanti regional minister ana me bo owura Godwin Edugita Makrudin
fantastic man
ana se minua nso abeka ho baby Alfred Obin ekwa wuru Alfred Obin de me ne owura dankana mu akoko
afechi awu no
10 million Ghana cedi meti hoyi ada ya contaminated fuel asem ya kokko to wansi oda o ya wu ya so odi MP
na mapia sen
wa ma aya no mo 10 million atu so du ka wanu tumu a oba je se men kasa biem me ma mi su adwanya ago de onim no ne wo propra o su ne wo propra na mse ma me nka asem okromu ampa cha oda fuel enya ade a ebubu egu tuwa mu na obeka se ya to anom ahira baabi afa ne ye behwe wansi court order o no riko DMP ene sa obi ahwe box ho a o hwe ne yi ne din no yanka ma
afechi
awu no good yes on be sha se attack wo mo ayo mu fia kopim se Ghana fo be ka se NDC fo sa Facebook mu di toto mo so aye mo ko ye no ndi se omukọ omankosu ahwe adedada ara no de bai omagenda omasha ase no me nka me nyia no emo owura sami jamfi nanso no na no bi me papa se ngeti aka ase mbi kire me se yaw se mutuwe tama ye she achinyiji ase onde sa no kan no radio ni TV so no se ye toto ya no na Facebook ni TikTok ni na se na ni ho ndi se okokasa na nipa no wentie bi mpo a bi mpo mu wie no machine na record it na say the one can wa fa ho adi nanso ne no o ka asem a camera si so no mo de akoto TikTok o mo de ato enti o ko kasa make sure say o be ka asem a da bi ye ko bo kire wa ana ye bo kire ona na mu bi a nka say enti me papa ne su ba na o de ti o man ni mu ni ti automatic also odi atum say no waja wako so ura sami jamfi a me yi ano a enko agu nanim ase kwakọ ekine bi bi ana ura sami jamfi pedibia bi no ba kofa sa ni ya bo nkronkron ketewa mu di tro na say nya onko na ode ne ba ye nim ntiri ase nkrofo betena fi ache we bedi mu wi ana sami jamfi aba bi
no ka ka say ye de
ne ba na so de ne ba say
ba ko no o se ba ko waka
ko na wanya daji egu krachi ye nim ase hwe me ba che o PMMC enyo na abeda na good board no say na wo ho na dollar was 17 cedi
no pa
enti say good board aboka mpa na dollar 11 cedi businessman no who said nkwase assemble ya okay fa no me kan say because Joy FM munua mo Joy News abeka so we twatro so mo ka we twatro me yi ano me boa we yi ano enti ma me panyini sei wo hwenya me anim pa ye sei na ka okra na eso ni samijan fifa adamfo woni say the whole Ghana constituency bi anu omutu galam say wo kwa wo chen ya Tiwa East
enyinamre ne patam
mun kwa cheke wodi ma me mo akuru woduru ayi a achim sekere ba bi ato no wo no kwan bi dem ho ho timi fa akwa nkokọ asuboni wure ho wo pa fa akọhwe fa akọhwe efie amusie enyina mu tu galam say what say ma me na ka galam say ho asem okuru mu ada da bi what is wa ka galam say ho asem wo kro we mu da na krama mo jaba ka okro mo tu garancy e de nya good meboa obi nso ton good enke egu na di masese ti abesre se mu nyini duru ba bia me na kwaku nyameche wakọ informati anka wasensira anka na twa no de sika hye moto di anka no ya fie se ne sika ayira ebi na ya atuma mi ntina na me hwe nanim ne se nyini dia na me de ache no na mo si ehuru bi anim na ehu so ya baba wa na ehu so wa hyeda
na o hwe no ya baba wa
mi hu Me who because lawyer that follow him no. Me who ni ye kra. Wow, enti yes mo
sisterhood is not proud of you.
Yes, I know dear ombetima kan say Madam me uncle be call like nya ketu bi. Ade achi wa frame se wo onya saman. O twa no ba ya.
Wa the roof is.
O twa no ba ya. Ba be gina se na etie na. Say ade achi a okodware hohuru nanim a onya mpenti nanim no. Na ne ma asesa. Eri nti sa ne ma ya ade a ha ye yi. Hwe empanyefo bi okro we mu a this is a time wa say yes kire ya no ka o masem. Na no bi ni okro we mu. Ebi mu so mo hwe mmoa asofofo ni biu e ka kire so mo hwe mmoa wonu se nde sankrofo kro na no aba e ka ni person because mo se nne nipa be di akonwa be kire so fu panyi ye be sere mo ayo mo nya asa mo yesa na nkwala no e di mo yaw ayo owura mensa utam Akufo-Addo be di 8 years. Yan tie ni preaching bia wo ka aban ehwo asem da.
National Cathedral board.
Media busana asem on say no. Ono wo sori a ohwe nri. Wo hwe nri emponchi. Empatu pre. Ewo eye television so na mom ontie news. Nya sa no be yi ano. Na da be na fe de papa yi wa sori a oba be kan di pasem. Oh mu ye ne sa na kwese empuntu a eye aban aye na adwen se ode ma Ghana fo no e na ani bre bi wo mo afam wo nti ye besere omo nyai sa de omo ye no e hye mabunu na bufuo wo nti minua me di wie no
ye time no kra
me di wie no enkrofo bi ye adwuma se ye hwe ne ye ka
okay
ukọ asene akroso
okay
hwe krachi bi wo DDC wo o man pay jo ma utie mi a mesrew resource ohia bi afama no wodi se ball a chenchenche si ho
na ade kire me no
ai ball no watu di ya park abefu park abefu park mo friend say
asotef
metima ye
I too late
good what am I who na your friend honorable Eric Ahenkwa Honorable Eric Ahenkwa send your papa no AC here juma asene across manso
yes
ajuma wa say bola who dey emi ya say manfa ankyere emi ya say man ti manfa ankyere unu ansa hwe bola chenkyere hwe
okay yeah
ana wade aya you know when you akuyapem south MCO CDC or
no so bojuma
awurade wenchi na me na make wenchi asema mo
say what you home
ya basi the time
yeah honestly a friend of Isaac Kwabna Nkrumah
okay
yeah juma
me that's 20 Okay, so that's live on Accra 100.5 FM. Ma, Nana. Ujaba ni emide. Nana safa.
So far.
Nana,
yeah. I'll put the two of them together. Nana, mami, entu shana men come constituency. Offension of Akoma Dine, King Kelsu, Dasu Kubreso, so asampane ye nkwankwa nkroni nyina amantuko abobra konkon dwindabi. Papa sisi guruma la baby amechia mu nyina amechia nisifo nyina na machia chairman JK Ameyaw na machia Liya ya constituent secretary na machia Kosu Adoma na masere atu ayin esi ayin for say ujaba me babiem chairman ne nkrofo a mu de adwuma na che nsa ja ye adwuma de ye say babiem ma ye say mu maintain ye re yonto adwuma de a mu de share ye nsa nana you see good body issue and I don't want to stress much on it but you see I say Ghana democracy no aboa but ameboa ye aboa ma obi a twen phone onya opportunity bia no aka sem bi ope mami we one of the respected kofo me hu omo say the sustainable development goal no ma ye mama kwan na omo so ntimi ma leadership na why deputy finance minister pen So me tie ni video na en sama wa kan fa yewu asami Jemfi. I was very very disappointed in her. Na sala na menua me bra ha ka no. Obi a call for equity na say you have to come with a clean hands. Baby a call ye kokuma say ne e bank ani ada hwe kwan ho because we are galamsey. Esi koso maami constituency na. Mesere national security for 9 months from mo mani kwasa constituency ho no. Now I don't believe in that woman. Ebi oyeru Asami Jemfi ya running gold board no under the leadership of Asami Jemfi. Yeah, who say yeah disika $75 million ya nyi sika ya rely on Bank of Ghana. If you want to talk about Mfaswa gold board e dia babu ama Ghana yesika sembeti megina ya. You can't you ebeji brain da. So such person na dey adwuma hye ne sign ya o dey boa e ma Ghana yesika sembeti na so. Hwe under President Kufuor PMM ne wo ho PMMC ne wo ho no but then time ne sika sem ko yetu an extend that in kokrafo ne mrafo sika ko da kwa yedi then time she was the deputy finance minister o ka say na sika we afa ha na we afa o say over 86 million e betima fa nkofo adwuma you were in Ghana here under one of boss me enu ye the 58 million ko tu sika koko tu cathedral amana okrom ha no $97 million yes e dey ko tu cathedral amana okrom ha no under the leadership of one Kenofo Atami na ko si ba bia so ye po obi amana ba bontra ba be kan assembly a you don't expect this woman to come out and come and talk
2023 fiscal year under them
yes
deputy finance Bank of Ghana about 60.8 billion
in fact almost time na almost somebody be here ekoto car ties somebody be here foreign travel ni ade ye printing sika ma Bank of Ghana printing sika more in fact my inflation cost Chrome has far as high as 54%
was printed by
and you have the gut to sit and say you Asami Jemfi no nyamfo adwuma o ball gold board e boa ma nega na sika sa mugina yi no say sabi person go and massa emfa but you see quick one let me deal with this issue you see MPP before I keep on saying say school na MPP before mako bi pa ye no munya na wa class nya de but they be o claim so mako school che me hwe omo emre nimfo no ne niam bi o mudidi eche ne what they are preaching to the ordinary Ghanaian now it's quite different from what they are saying but you see legal vacation na ye kan 17 God dey we me here mere na kan ya breaking it down because okay Ghana constitution article 157 here clear it talks about the judicial system no the court committee no now over kind at 1993 at 459 na ema ye wura football ni chief justice bi obebe bi ema ni tumi se nipa no obetimi ahwe ye dwumadi ayedie whether we are on vacation or but on say constitution has to be clear say see your vacation vacation your kwan fa so ye dey ye kɔ no na ye person ye throw back ma ba na for the avoidance of doubt no en kama me use be 30 seconds na me fan kan from the constitution no be a oti be an ehunu say that's what the constitution talks about and you see okay in order 79 of CI 47 now order 79 has setting it clear was settings office hour and vacations it contains 4 rules 1 days and hours of sitting 2 order of business office hours and vacation okay order 79 rule 1 days and hours of sitting now act 1993 act 459 they will say the chief justice may the moment you see may in the constitution discretion it's not sure and to me say ye call vacation ye betima free I'm for a day, back. I say, you don't want to message on Babaya. They will come back and do the work that they are supposed to do. Justice Kokuvite, Obakaya, under President Kufuor to watch. They were on vacation, but they called them to come and sit on the case. This is not the first time I say legal for the judicial system could break. Now you're from no. Medima see 20 seconds. You see, there is a case. There's a famous case. Now me person me can want some. And Badu JA in boy. And do and Anno versus T and Anno. Was it that and I want to jump straight to the ruling. Was it where a trial court of competent jurisdiction has given a hearing notice to the parties in a suit and counsel for one party refuses to attend the court on the grounds that it was the legal vacation, but the party is present or represented, the court could proceed without the counsel and the plea that his client has been denied a hearing will not succeed. This case we a 1979 case here, court of appeal at the buy. So there are clear instances, there are clear cases around there. You cannot dispute, say your legal vacation, you cannot come back and do the work that you're supposed to do. So we expect attach and we expect them to do the needful, do the right thing. So they can collect work, they can learn from them.
That's also the right thing at the time. Now I'm coming. 10 minutes.
Or say in political dispensation, say you could use Obi. Now Monamoko use na the Mudu or now Chowani, now Obi and you now who Musa ye kwaku use. And I know Ponkrumane kind.
From George and the book or Troy, but Ponkrumane kind.
No, make reference to that book, but may make say on na outcome.
That's right.
Yeah, mammy was say, baby, or interview no. Minority leader officer, and I want who. Babia video na buy our hair, no hair, and he as some of Ponkruma can do office or who say any office or China near Obiani or who say Yeko Yusuno. I mean, no, baby, and so I smart too because I didn't hear a fan of marking Kuhia, who said the credibility has taken. We are no free in the office, no cotton and a cunium, and now what Yatan who said, now James a honor about a minority leader. We are Mamino, your minority leader, obedi. And until all man who come my use no, and as fan of marking the baby is so smart. None or call disrespecting Nana Gantuano. Who said, man, sorry, said no, yeah, no, and pay. Enti ne obesum ye fidie se ode oba eba ma na ba beka na kwan ye be fa so aka no se na ye nso mano asane aguye so no wa yi attention afiri so that is the aim of this thing by Samija Mfi ankasa ye nua Samija Mfi o ye nua afanyo market ni mami a o ka ne ho asemi eni se same ne ho ti se sukochia ne ho ti se blog fita chim bibia ni ne ho ana anyo na afanyo market de ka wo MPP good standing member in MPP all can bibi afa gold board in same way ho but unim we a clear display of intellectual dishonesty. Why am I saying this? You have two major institutions, Bank of Ghana and a gold board. You know some medium firm say Bank of Ghana a company a buy or autonomous. Gold board is a different company. Me boy. And now Bank of Ghana afa gold board say or an agent onto gold man. Until Jumadia Bank of Gold Board ne Bank of Ghana didn't say before gold board kwa yeba be manu to me said the sole buyer of gold e Ghana ne export no. Now other people are not moto. Na Bank of Ghana fan agent auto gold man digu ne reserves na wakwa akoton bi. Enti Jumadi oni no di ene say ye ma miskasa minto gold nya den e mom at a commission e na mato amom. Enti say wakọ na the Bank of Ghana program bi ase auto gold. What's aka no? I mean any simple logic because anya gold board nkwa na head eto gold ma Bank of Ghana. Mami we person chepe say mami no onim say your other companies about 4 or 5 companies are moto gold Emma Bank of Ghana ma Bank of Ghana cotton and to gold board no as an agent or cotton gold Emma Bank of Ghana now and the Bank of Ghana program be auto gold e cotton and now to gold e the 2 man in Chilima na say e building a buffers economic buffers say program no ya boka I didn't tell this aka no go gold board enya boapayo ena nya mana wa ma ho kwan say nimdia wo si wasua wa babedi deputy finance minister da ye nya gide wo mu say sebi impreduasa unni fie nyansa mpo anka academic wisdom de anka wo so onya bi no na wo ma ho kwan ma yusu say a wo be susu dia ma obi ahwe so akasa some of these people anka ba bi o ma duru ni sebi gide a constituency ho constituency anya o mu say o ko ni constituency a nipa ho nyina wo na yanya gide o mu say be represent your parliament enti say yes so ko ye bibia man hwe nipa na osoma no hwe nipa na wa ya pawo every constituency bi say be represent o ahemfo imamfo asofo mpanifo nyina ya den eka ho enti say wo ba simpies na wo kasa those people no your reputation is at stake o kasa wo so ka man ho te no show money munyam na mom aso ba be mo ho kwan ma ye yusu sebi impreduasa na Ghana fo nyina hu say afanyo markets kasa ye mfa na wo no be mom na yusu dia na wo so minni ya wo pese o kire ho ba minua nchiranka nyankopon say abra ye nua Samija Mfi ba ye no obekire ye no mamu ama yanya gidie ama ye nyina hu say enne na MPP for ye ne say ye hu say Ghana economy anya ba bi pa gina ye sidi agina kwa brane no gold board edi ho dwuma kese if say IMF ya aka bibio almost Bank of Ghana I inject saying $13 billion e ye economy no 2025 me boa ye mbi say sa injection no na sika no wo ba bi e na yakofa ba be wuram anasa kwan be so na fa so inject ye ni nyina say revolving fund cities na egu Bank of Ghana bebre no aye city no yetimi di to gold na city na dane aba be dollar
to this no
entimi this no na me kan bibia for legal vacation ho
okay
MPP for hypocrisy no ya doso Ghana for hu omoto atachia ye that election petition and your papa John Dramani Mahama na opese ye contem no ono abeka say legal vacation equal to order 79 of CR47 we e ka say emra no CR47 no ama chief justice hu kwan hu tumi say ye vacation pa obetimi ama court high court bi aye adwuma say sa case na e koso no of national interest enti ba so che me say sa sika twitwiri die ya se bi ye allege say bimu eba betena akonwa so edi yom ho yie enye national interest say sika e course under NSS yenko mankola nko som omoman na yatina mo achi adi sika de asem mofrei enye asema hia Ghana for say benya ho pomasi bire enti if it of national interest na chief justice say or the court asi wo say yenko a ene ye ko o separate facts o say untumi de ne de eye motion enti ene de obeko ba we de onko masa asem bi che asem bi enti minua o ma anko a ye beto case no chatwuchi kata anko court ene ko bua asem ti ano enti e bia accident so ma anko a court no be ya adwuma ama tentene ni bia wo se o ma anu nya no ye de ato
judge said for want of prosecution bebua but me bra Geoffrey ona you should also do 3 minutes
yes
yani
but me born too with gold board yes. No ba me pin no kasa ye no say me nyanu ma Canada say obi ana oye amai abai abe de chi a oye finance nsem skasem so na owo hobby na over public account carry the cost no ono e chairperson sa ni modu pa obi ani modu carrying such weight no na ne comment you awa be ya enye no kure yi ngwase kakra na esanso ya de bi a obehwe nim senti esi a obi bisa say den no hwe so de na djuma esanse the clarity say the obeka na enye no kure me they say some of the media houses have actually exposed there say enye no kure na enye ne no mo sha ase omuka na enua sami James Ababonten no abe kire nsem ni mu yemu bi muso ayeye advocacy with the CSOs no about yemu me dey bia me say the term loss na mu use wo no enye loss investment you are actually doing the forex investments literally say now this kind of cash mu a na eno no tuna sa ne ma ya oye a sika na omu twa hye no a je say gold mu sika na eba na omu pia hye no eni bi na ama dollar yi epie mu ankofo je bi edikoto ne ma amano ne edi bedi dwai eno so na ama dollar no entimi nkosoro no na nkofo a omu ye sei no ma menka ase mi tell so unim say ye sha ase ka che bi about that crime no say me ka say organized crime interest parties wo mu enti omo su ye dollar hawks no omo na omo de dollar no ko share omo pass ye say government pia share system no ma no ma ko sa dollar no akọ share pass e na omo no ma dollar prices there e kosoro no enti se sia na egu omedwuma ni esami de mfi ye wo ogu omedwuma o se a dollar na omo de akote na asa system no ma de bia ye nya bi nton no na sami de mfi ni gold board no e gold money reserves so forex no pia shame no ton no nya dollar na banks no mama banks ni bi edi ama omuso omukodi dwa no nti si a omo sika na omunya na gofo 60 ka campasi o gofo dollar campasi esa se tama na omunya na omode ko 15 16 17 no esa omunya esa biom insa dollar na eda 17 no si a aba from sa na abeda 10 9 akra ko si akra da best 12 entimi nko biom nti waboka 5 cedis ena nyeska kitwa de yeka no enti sankofo no omo fa ne ho nche no omo no mo bo ne yam saa besine no ka say o ka kire mami we any minority leader say you have the right to invite me to come and meet any of the committees omo anya ne saa nti we dey no kra na ba abedie we go ni mase mami nko quickly to the issue of the court and they short to cry chief justice no ne waka no obehwe no waka no fe ono say by the law and man did juma yi but at 79 no CI 47 no clearly say ono wo sa tumi no a obeka say o vacation abre no ye betimi ayeden aye adwuma na cases bebre na agu no na ye bi efiri ho na ne esre ene say one a lawyer ba ko do so onti ase no ni case ba ko ye tie o vacation ye mu the odi copy bill no ye tie no enso ha de de on pese yen kai no how can you live in life like that na the esre cry the church on ka say tradition so part of precedence and a precedence is a part of what the law and whatever goes on every day ono no cry wo mu say CJ no aka ne de courts no the offered vacation no say on a lighter note your vacation so vacation glasses the omo yan it's vacation glasses to catch up and it's only say vacation glasses what benefit here I think on this vacation issue no the truth is that some of the lawyers didn't even get cases during the main time no into vacation time we no money be here.
I also think that you've done justice to the time. Emphasis like I say my MTN. I catch your MTN check cars. Sign Jessica because of browsing send out text Momo. Yame ya domo ya wede by 13th of August 2026 and part noon to 10 a.m. Yina ye share first set of the cards. Part of MTN at 30 promo. Mo jumana omoye intimbacho kai 13th of August 2026. Yina ye share gospel experience so aso yasne bacho aya akoko pebi na to nema engine enye ejuma papa geisha de no bi adi dware dware geisha uhia perfume bia bo nso efo ntie kanfo geisha ema ene awie sanso na Georgie reality say me kan cho say mmuso tons ase na we ne promo pa chopolins ase no 40,000 full size plot 100 feet by 70 shy house nso 30,000 full size 100 feet by 70 Unya be betimi apo almost so beautiful 2 and 3 bedroom homes for growing families, elegant 4 bedroom executive homes for the building and a lasting legacy. Timayan come from and every year ubetimi welcome 22 Afarawa Junction 0532 377 136. Union Pay the one will be a edidja over 183 countries. Mr. Udidja Kasope Union Pay call bank never call GB Senebeya Juma only amanonufo edino ebetimi akoyi. Na yakopo ya domo meka che say ye hia adwuma bi ehia security entino so dem so qualify security for number 0534467842 0534467842 ma yani kingdom eni komo answer ye sorry so na ya bo ye kwani any kingdom herbal center ending komo so dem say kingdom garlic capsules and bitters no eboa ma nipa kwa ni gina brane me say COVID-19 pa on say unity ye nya ne ye de bebo no bangarat because immune booster correct na stress release so afin so no arthritis numbness mojabro so stroke na tatahwe o stroke kopebi na me ndi adanse krum enchiro na kingdom ginseng power capsules no de ye dro emema ene boayen intimi mi say ade bachi be yire pra ayeyi nyumunko a enya hwe o ho ba bi say na dana so oboa anaju me bo adwuma ti ma me kanfo kingdom ginseng power capsules ne ma na ma nya bema mu ema no se ye jaw mu da bi tremendous capsules ne mu dia ema himfi ho ye kama na ewura ho no na wase ambebio bisro ne ya me de kranse say yi nka fra himfi ho kama pa ye kanfo ma ene awie na wo any idea for IVF any other prostate related matters Mr. You can for King Medical Hospital so a work equipment krumpon ama ne nyina Kingdom Health Center adaroma miwura e wo ha opani ye mo akwa
Eda me also adomne ayi ni sra na hwe ye kwa
mema de no amfa bi ama
e wo ka ne woni ha
me de na san
woni ha wo ka ne
ye fa mbo adwuma Gary Fipa Ghana foti for
mate Admiration to the Ghana for Nina, a native of Mutio, any bench. Great Kingdom Medical Hospital, and I feel so. Kingdom Herbal Center for the Nimiaba Mufi, and the Mukamo name Babia Mobia Muti. Near the kind of Ghana for Nina to say, a Great Kingdom Medical Hospital pay, a Jumaya for an one Juma. And Yajuma Nibia to say Cassia for, and tis the waterman can answer, oh, yeah, Cassia. Yeah, balance and kind sika yan fan to nkrata so we mo bibia kama ya we musa we cashier no ya na wo de wa applications no and receiving no now they are back in office one more a microphone da share na interviews in every let's say factor say nipa ye na wadia na chere say with them this channel papa informame yen aso no a microphone Great Kingdom Medical Center and a person we adjustment channel papa informame senior ne do so no aye ka ho asem sesia ne yen hospital kase ye bi ewo esoro ho na make say was so many years near Dr. Hana Kulabi eba Ghana ha na mo ohwe ama wo mo a nyinsan ba be problem e de ama mo no wo ba a make say oboa papa wo Great Kingdom Medical Hospital ho ente nei uni wukunu matena for so many years awo ne mba empokura mpo no moti ho mpo no a awo no emba krampere na nkumafo no wonso no eba kama wo no kuragu ntu de bra ye ka say IVF ya na nkyere sene say ye fast scientific way na ye de ahwema wa de atumi aba nti so was challenges no a ya watia say timfa kwankofo so kra ma unya ba wo fi makola su wo fie dia and say Great Kingdom Medical Hospital abi kwana to and nti Friday we any Friday bia na doctor for no Dr. Hana Kulabi ayatini da no at the office sa labs no any examinations ni nyina ahwe se fata se ebi kra mpana odi na kra no ebi kra nya IVF ebi ana bibi na touch ma kakra bi ni ahwe ni asia no e de ma mbom after say ye be ye sa labs no any scan na ho de bi twa ni nyina na se e was say fa scientifically so ni IVF no.
Citizen TV, Accra, Ghana. Citizen TV, the citizen's power. Citizen TV, Accra, Ghana. Citizen TV, the citizen's power.